Hey everybody, welcome to Snagging Grass and Catching Bass. I am your host, Brian Likes to Fish. What is going on? We got a great show tonight. We got Spotty Bowl Round 2 Mission Bay coming up. Special guest, Chad from Hookup Baits. Let's go ahead and get this show started. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show tonight. I got a lot of you guys in there right now, so give a like to this show. Let's spread it. Let's get this thing to 1,000 subscribers. First off, we got Peter86 in the chat. What's up, Peter? We got Glenn Goes Fishing. What's up? We got Roy in here. Aaron Endicott. How was your weekend, Aaron? We got the most famous man in fishing, Frank. Is that a picture of you, Frank? I don't even recognize you with that on. We got Carl Black. What's up, Carl? Getting excited for Huntington this beach. Hopefully, we got Fish Dogs in the house. What's up, Tom? Tom's doing a little production work here tonight. We got Corey King. Thank you, Corey, for helping me out last night. Corey's been helping with all these side pots. Quite an ongoing, guys. We got Stephen Gage. How are you? Jeff, One Cool Tuna. Thanks for staying up late all the way from Kentucky. Appreciate you. Brian Rosen. What's up, Brian? Getting ready for Spotty Bowl this weekend, too. We got Derek in there. If you guys want to be shouted out, you need to type in chat. We got Bob Brewer. Bob, your sticker's on the way. I'm sorry I have not sent it yet, but it will come eventually. Mike Brown. What's up, Mike? Mike getting ready too. Mike Brown, Spotty Stalker in there. Godfather of the North. Ken, the fishing fool. What's up, Ken? Glad you're in here. Jared, the Bretch family. What's up, guys? Glad you're in here. Joseph, Chet, Mark G, Cash, David, so many of you guys in here. TB Metal Art. We got Bros 619 in here. We got Charles. What's up, Charles? Nice fish this weekend. You guys are going to see a pretty big one out of Charles. Mark G, I think I've already mentioned you. I think that is just about everything. Oh my gosh, we got Forrest in here. Cash in here. We got David. What's up, David? Looking forward to seeing you up there this weekend. Are you going to be in that float tube in this cold water? Dang. Oh, we got the one and only Coach Worf. Thank you, Coach, for being on here. Hopefully we'll have Coach on soon. Get him in as a guest. I want to talk to him about the Imperial Valley canal fishing. I want to get in on some of that. Okay, tonight, guys, we've got Chad from Hookup Baits in, and I'm going to go ahead and bring in Chad. Welcome, Chad.
Hey, Brian, how's it going? What's up, everybody? Spotty Bowl World.
I see you got your belts back there looking pretty good.
Yeah, actually, there's not all three of them couldn't fit. There's another one right there.
Nice. If you guys haven't heard of Chad, you must have not been fishing lately, but Chad is the owner of Hookup Baits, and he's also a Spotty Bowl champion and also a grand champion. So welcome to the show, Chad. We've got a lot of people in chat sure that have a lot of questions. So guys, during the show, if you have a question for me or Chad, please type the word question followed by your question, and me and Chad will try to get to that. Chad.
Yes.
We have Huntington Bay. Is it Huntington Harbor or Huntington Bay? I don't know. I always call everything a bay. Huntington Harbor.
Harbor. Yeah, I think it's kind of just flows better with harbor. Yeah.
So. Huntington Harbor coming up this weekend. Spotty Bowl, LAOC. Me and Chad fish both LA and San Diego. And I know Cash and his dad Jared also do that. And who else does it? Maybe Steve does it too. I don't know. It's only a few guys that do north and south. But Huntington, I've never even fished there once. I'm going up there totally cold. Wow. How are you with Huntington?
I fished it probably about 8 or 10 times probably. So I've got a little bit of experience in there, but not a ton. So I'm going in cold too, no pre-fishing. So.
Have you fished there in the winter? Because I hear it's like bombing in August and July, but.
Well, the last PCS show last year, because they have Freedom Boat Club in Huntington Harbor. So at the last PCS show, the Wednesday and Thursday, or Thursday and Friday of the show, we went out in the morning. We got a Freedom Boat Club boat, and last year, I remember both days we welled on them, and we caught 50 plus
but
fish both days. So
that's March.
yeah, so
it's still
it's close, up almost a month from now. So it's pretty close. So we got them this time of the year last year. Not had no problems catching them.
Well, I'm crossing my fingers. It's really hard fishing because then maybe I might have a chance. I don't know. I don't know if you guys know that place well and pull. I heard last weekend somebody in Discord said somebody got a 79 and a half inch bag out of there. I'm like, oh my gosh. So somebody knows that place. So we got first question for you here, Chad. Chad, what are your best techniques for winter bass? I'm assuming he's talking about spotties. So what are your best techniques for some winter bass fishing?
Light line and small baits. That's as the water's cold, the colder and clearer it is, the smaller line and smaller baits you want to use. So 1/8, or in a trick that we do. Here's tip number 1. Put a quarter lead head in the 1/8 body, so you still have the 1/8 profile, but it can fish it faster with a quarter head. Do that a lot in the cold water.
Are you buying like your replacement bodies and putting a smaller jig head in them? Is that how you're doing that?
No,
or a bigger jig head, I guess.
For our replacement bodies are the quarter bodies. The 1/8 bodies are like a 1/4 inch shorter, and they're a thinner profile, thinner diameter. So you would have to buy You would have to buy an 1/8 ounce pack of jigs, pull the 1/8 ounce head out, and put the quarter head into it. Or for anyone that's not hookup baits to do it. That's how you do it. So I do that a lot in the wintertime just to get that just a little bit smaller profile. Sometimes gets more bites. And then fishing it on 6 and 8 pound line. And
I assume
if you're casting docks, casting as far away from you as you can. And that clear water, they see you from pretty far off. Yeah,
so when you're pulling up I'm gonna try to help these guys out here. So when you're pulling up to a pylon, you're not dropping on that pylon, you're casting to the next one in front of you.
Yep. If it's closer than 10 yards to me, I usually don't even cast at it. I try to hit them out farther than 10 yards. I've seen it like in clear water, like when you get those pilings at the end of the rows where sometimes you see spotties. And they're spooky of a kayak. I mean, they see a kayak and they take off. They jet out of there. I mean, they don't like seeing you, and it's from trout fishing in streams. If trout see you, they're not going to bite, and that goes with any fish. If the fish sees you, sometimes they won't leave. They'll sit there and think they're hiding, but they ain't going to bite. And so I just got to use that theory. If there's a spotty sitting next to that piling and they see this kayak cruising above them, they're most likely probably not going to bite. So, especially in the wintertime. When they're in the summer, when it's warmer and they're more aggressive, more active.
What's funny about that?
You can get away with it.
Oh, sorry, you cut out there for a second. What's funny about that is I watched the Coach Wharf fish the canals in Imperial Valley, and he'll hide behind the wall and put his rod over so they can't see him, and then drop his bait in there and wait, and until they bite, he doesn't stand up. He's like hidden behind a wall, kind of the same, I guess, thought.
Yeah, that's if fish know you're there, they don't bite.
What do you consider light line, Chad? I've got a question here from Joseph.
6 and 8. So 6 is the lightest I go. 8 is pretty much until late spring, I'll be using 8, and then I'll go up to 10 and 15 when it's heat of the summer.
Joseph says he's been throwing 4 pound lately. Ooh.
I've done 4 pound, and it can be done on 4 pound. It's just, I don't know, between 4 and 6 if it makes much difference.
And when you go down to that 4 pound and you're using, let's say, 10 pound braid, that connection knot seems like I don't know. It's a tricky one to get unless you're really good at it. Yeah. We got another question here. It says, what's your best tip you could give a new bass fisherman? He says, not me, WA Fishing.
use hookup baits.
My advice would be to move. I think a lot of people get stuck in finding like the one pier, especially when you're a shore pounder, you just find one pier and you sit on that pier and you cast the same spots over and over and over again. And my advice, if you're a shore pounder, is to just move around. And then once you find your
Yeah.
spots, you just need a few good ones, and then just hit that one. If it's not there, go to your next spot, hit that one, and find yourself some spots that have fish that time of the year.
It's funny.
Charles has a question.
It's funny.
How
My
effective?
oh, go ahead. Go ahead. I was just going to add a
I'm
comment in
sorry.
there.
No, go for it.
One of my workers, my employees here, Danny Martinez, he sees you shore pounding all the time on your sessions. And the last
Oh, yeah.
round, he says, "Yeah, Brian. I always see Brian, but he's like there, makes a couple casts, and he leaves." And I've said, "Well, take note of that. There's a reason for that. You need to be doing that also." And so that's what you said
Yeah,
before you stand around too long or fish one spot too long. So that's a prime example.
I'll cast maximum 10 times on the spot. If I don't get bit, I just leave to the next one. And that's
Exactly. I'm the same
people
way in my
people
kayak.
wonder how you do it. And I that's all I've been preaching that for 3 years. Just move around when you're shore pounding,
Yeah.
because you can come back to a spot too. When you can come back, it might liven up against different
Yeah.
tides and different time of the day, but don't
And
linger.
the
Okay, we
other
got a
thing I
question. How
do,
effective? Yes.
the other thing, if you get a bite and then you do with 10 casts, but you had that bite, that fish that
Yeah.
usually bit isn't going to bite again, at least for a while anyway. You know what I mean? So that's an example of leaving and coming back. He's not going to not going to bite within the next half hour. But if you come back an hour later, that fish might bite.
Yeah, and unfortunately, the spotties, you get a lot of short strikes. That's just
Yep.
name of the game, man. And I
Yep.
think some of those short strikes aren't them like actually going after and biting the bait. It's them just swiping at it. If
Mm-hmm.
spotties are like other fish, they'll come up to it, look at it, hit it, and they just bail. One more question. We got a lot of questions coming in. How effective is hookup baits with the drop shot?
Use the lighter ones, the 116, 132nd, 116 on drop shot. That works pretty well. Yep, definitely can do that.
Some,
And you can even do a
some,
hookup bait with a lighter hookup bait drop shot in. That's a good combination too.
that's interesting. I've never heard of hookup bait drop shot. Why wouldn't it work? It's like the perfect
Exactly.
presentation for that, right?
Exactly.
Uh, I've noticed something that you and Tom have been doing is fishing hookup baits actually on an A rig.
Oh
How's
yeah.
that going for you?
I don't use it for spotties anymore. When I first started doing it, I first
Yeah,
started doing through COVID is when we got onto the A rig thing and our COVID adventures, and we're using A
yeah,
rigs on everything. And it used to catch the spotties like crazy. But then I don't know, the spotties learned faster than the outside fish learned. So I stopped using. I feel more consistent just using a straight hookup bait instead of a rig. I might throw an a rig later in the summer, but you rarely doing during tournaments. But for outside bass, it's
yeah.
still dynamite. Sand bass and calicos just go nuts for a hookup bait a rig. I always said, we always threw the double rig forever. The only thing better
Right.
than two hookup baits is five.
I, something I've noticed with spotties and the A rig in particular, a lot of people think that that's like a big cast and retrieve. A lot of the times the spotties will hit the A rig actually on the fall. So if
And that's
you're
why
fishing pylon, go ahead.
that's why the hookup basically. So a lot of people like think of an A rig as a retrieving lure. It's a retrieve bait, and that's why the swim baits, they have all the action, all that stuff. Then they hear of a hookup bait on an A rig, and they're like, well, that doesn't make no sense. Well, the hookup bait on an A rig gets hit mostly on the drop, just like the hookup baits get hit on the drop. So, and then they still get hit on the retrieve. So what the advantage is getting hit with hookup baits on an A rig. You get hit on the drop most of the time, but then still getting hit a lot on the retrieve. As in where I talked to a lot of guys.
Question for you guys: is Chad's audio coming through good for you? Okay, so I think we've lost Chad, guys. I think Chad. So Chad, if you're in here, go ahead and log back in, guys. We'll get to some more questions. Oh, here he comes. I think he's coming back through. His feed sped out. There you go. What
The
happened?
thing just
We
went
lost you
black
for
and
a second.
started spinning. I don't know why.
All right, you're back.
Is that having trouble? This is often caused by an unstable internet connection. Move closer to your router. This is what the warning told us.
Oh no. So I thought Ramona had the bad internet. Ch- that's all right. These the technical problems happen all the time. Everybody says you're back. You're back. So
All
you're
right,
back on,
I'm
Chad.
back. Anyway, I was saying that the hookup baits keep profile, where a swim bait will fold in half while it's falling. So they don't have the correct profile for a fish to eat it. Where a hookup bait keeps the natural profile as it's gliding down, and they all kind of just glide down together, and that's why they get hit on the fall more often than retrieve with the hookup baits on the A rig. That's what people don't understand about hookup baits on an A rig. It's about the fall, not the retreat.
Sometimes I'll get lazy. I can only cast it so many times in a day, and I'll
Yeah.
actually pitch it. I'll pitch A rig just like I'm pitching like anything vertical. And don't sleep on fishing the A rigs vertically, especially like Chad said, if you're in like deep structure for sand bass, man, just get above it and drop her down, man.
Yeah, there's nothing better
and
to use on deep structure.
the it, and the great thing about the A rig too is usually you're fishing 65-pound braid. So if you do get hooked up, it's just a wench it in kind of bait.
Yeah.
Okay, so here we go. We got another question for you here, Chad. Sorry, your audio is coming in and out a little. You need to get your production assistant on that. Hey, any new hookup bait colors for the PCS this year? I know you released a couple new ones last year.
Yes, we got a dynamite one. It's the only color I've been using for the last month. Even I used it this tournament at Mission Bay. It's the only color I threw. So, and you'll hear how I
Well,
did
let's
on
see it.
that later.
Uh,
Can't see it.
all right, hang on. Tom's going to grab one of those, and we're going to show that at the end of the show. Okay, a few more questions, guys, and believe it or not, this is a results show, so we got
No,
to
you're
get
not.
on to some results too. And at the end of the results show, we're going to go back to a Q&A with Chad, but we're going to have to get through some results here. A few more questions. So what size A rig are you using? Corey King is asking.
If you're fishing outside, it's usually all 5/8, 5/5/8, and then inside the bay, it's all quarters. Above grass, it's all 1/8. Or we'll do 1/8, all 1/8 with a quarter stinger. This is the standard. Mid bay, if you're out in the channel in San Diego Bay, it would be all 5/8 or all 3/8.
5/8 on the bottom, 2 5/8 on the bottom, and 3 like a 5/8 on the back, 5/8 on the bottom. How you put rigging those up?
Usually we do all 5/8, all 5 of them, or
All
all
5
quarters.
5/8.
Yeah, we'll mix it up sometimes. Do like we do all 8s on the outsides and then the quarter in the center, kind of thing. So, but usually we try to because how they get hit on the drop so much, you want them all the same weight, so they all flutter down together. So that's the reason of trying to keep them all the same weight, so the one's not being dragged down by the heavier baits.
It's not going nose diving in.
Yeah, exactly.
Got another question here from VC59. He says, "Why no garlic on some colors like the rainbow trouts?"
The rainbow trout is used for trout fishing, and there's a lot of streams and lakes and rivers that are, if it's classified as a barbless hook, catch and release kind of water, it also, most of them incorporate a no scent type of bait also. So the rainbow trout we made for catching rainbow trout and brown trout and stuff like that. And so it's going to be used in trout waters mostly, so it's no scent. So it's non-scented. But use our mermaid smell. We don't even consider the garlic really a attractant. That's just a cover scent to cover the plastic smell, the human smell, all that kind of stuff. Add the mermaid smell to it. That's attractant. That actually do a better job than the garlic smell that comes on the baits. So if you get a trout, unscented trout, add mermaid's milk to it, and it's going to be even better.
One more question for you here, Chad. Oh, wait, already got to that one. Here we go. Do you guys custom pour all your baits?
Everything is 100% handmade. We make our own lead heads. We eyeball our own lead heads. We pour our own plastic. We color it. We cut it. We assemble it, and we package it. All 100% here in San Diego.
Ah, that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Guys, save some more questions for the very end when we come back. Like I said, we are already, 30 minutes into this, and we got a whole results show to get to. So we're going to go ahead and start out. First thing, segment, though, I want to do here is we're going to get to some weekly news here. We got a couple of things coming up I'd like to talk about. So we're going to get to some weekly news here really quick. Chad, I think we're gonna have to have you on another night where you can just sit here and answer questions.
Right?
It's a results night, so I've got some of these guys are dying to get the results. But all right, so weekly news. If you guys want, I have a upcoming tournament coming up, or any kind of exciting news coming out to the bays, or any fishing related things, send them to me, and we'll get them on weekly news and something we can discuss on the show. This is something that Chad's wife JoJo sent me. What's up, JoJo? You want to go ahead and talk a little bit?
What happened here? Okay, you're back.
Yeah, we're having a little connection problems here, but we're gonna make it through this, guys. So sorry about that.
Froze for a second. So yeah, the USA kayak team. So this started last year, and so far they had a tournament in Costa Rica, and the second tournament was in Spain. The next upcoming tournament is in La Paz, and the next tournament after that is in Italy. So, and you're representing the USA. So it's an actual USA fishing kayak team. It's pretty awesome. And
that is awesome.
It's done through the Pan Am Games, and the World Fishing League is another thing. So the International Fishing League or something like that. So, and it's kind of cool. And quite a few other countries are involved in this. So, and that what they were wanting to do. So the team last year was just kind of people they picked out that had popular kayak YouTube fishing pages, or people that were known in the fishing kayak world, and they tried to pick somebody from all over the country, from each coast kind of thing. And that's how they assembled the team last year. And one of our ambassadors, we have an ambassador that was a Alaska kayak guide. He kayak guided in Alaska, and they picked him to represent Alaska as part of the team. And he just happened to be our ambassador, introduced the team to Hookup Baits, and we ended up sponsoring the team last year. And, and we gave each person on the team, there's 14 people on the team. And we gave them a box of, made a custom box for each person on team. And of course, everybody has their normal stuff they use. And so they didn't use it during the tournament too much, but then they went home and did their normal regular fishing. And then they used the Hookup Baits. Now they're like, wow, these things are pretty awesome. They catch everything. So they came back this year and they, asked us to be a sponsor again. We said yes. And then they asked me to be part of the team. So I am on the USA kayak team now. So I'll be fishing the tournament in La Paz next month. So that's pretty exciting. But what this flyer is here is after this year, it's going to go. Now they have tournaments set up, 6 tournaments set up all over the country to qualify to be on the team. So they put this, they wanted one in Southern California. And so we got the people to put this together. So this is going to be the qualifying tournament to be on the Team USA. Once you the top 10 will qualify from this tournament here in San Diego. And then those 10 are invited to go fish in Florida. And then top 10 off of that team in Florida, off of that tournament in Florida, are on the next USA kayak team.
That is, are you transporting all your gear throughout this? Are you, do you have a kayak in Florida and your gear in Florida? Or are you,
no,
how are you getting your gear?
So they provide the kayak and all that stuff, or you can bring your own. So when we're going to La Paz, we're taking down our own kayaks because like our ambassador Chris that fished the Costa Rica, his kayak broke 3 times during the tournament. So it was like, you don't know
Oh
what
no.
kind of kayak you're getting, kind of thing. It's a gamble. Um,
Right.
but then I guess in Spain they had pretty decent kayaks, and so it's whatever the host country can get a hold of this, whatever kayak you're using, kind of thing. So actually, Ron at Fastlane, I told him about, I'm on the team and this and that, and I want a fast and stable kayak. So he set me up with a kayak to fish the tournament in. That I got a Hobie Lynx. Oh, it's pedal only. That's the other thing. It's pedal only, no motors allowed, which was a
No
problem.
motors. Uh-oh.
Yeah, that was a problem for me because I've had a motor on my kayak for the last 2+ years, so I haven't paddled much in the last
You
couple
better
of
get
years.
out there and work on your
Oh,
better get out there and work on your cardio.
I've been doing the Rocky training thing for the last 2 weeks, getting out on the bay at 6 o'clock in the morning, doing sprints. And when my legs are burning, I can't pedal no more. I stop and catch a few bass. Then I sprint again, stop and catch a few bass. And I
Ooh,
can
all
tell you,
right.
San Diego Bay is biting really good. I've been catching a lot of fish, actually. So yeah, I've been doing that. My legs are still noodles right now. But I've been training hard. Trying to get
Hey,
the
you have tree
legs
trunks
back in
by
shape.
the end of the tournament. You're gonna be like Salty Dangler out there. Don't be careful. Don't get those legs too strong. You'll blow out that
Yeah.
drive.
Right? You get to look like a soccer player walking around with my big thighs.
All right.
Yeah.
So if somebody wants to enter this event, is this open to the general public?
This is open to the public, and actually you win money. This is a money tournament, but it's also the qualifying tournament. And it's a species tournament. That's how all these tournaments work. It's a species tournament. It's not for the biggest 5 fish or whatever. It's a species. So whatever fish are like San Diego Bay, it's going to be from lizardfish to black sea bass, and then everything
Oh
in
my gosh.
between: bonefish, halibut, all 3 basses, all the croakers. And there's a point system for each species of fish, and you're allowed 3 of each species. And then if you get 5 species, then you get bonus points for each. Every time you hit 5 species, you get bonus points. Then another 5, you hit bonus points. So it's a pretty
Any
unique.
species like mackerel, anything?
Mackerel and like smelt will be as other. You're allowed 3 others also. So
Got
mackerel
it.
and jack smelt would be considered an other. So it's still worth points, but once you catch 3 mackerels, you're done with your others, kind of thing. So, but yeah,
Guys, this seems like a pretty important event. It's April 26th. I think I'm going to have Chad on sometime in April. That way we can go over some rules because I'm sure a lot of the spotty bowlers would be definitely interested in entering a tournament like this. So just so you guys know, it is coming up, and exactly what's going on in this tournament. Sound good?
yeah, definitely. Anytime you need me on here or want me on here, I'm here.
We got a question. Glenn says, "Is live bait allowed?"
No live bait.
Okay, good.
Oh, I think
Yeah,
actually
everybody hit that like button.
I think with the USA tournament, it might be live baits allowed, but you have to catch it yourself. You can't go buy it.
Oh, got it. So, all right. It's all just freshwater bass. Yep. Spotty at best. That's Alex Norton right there. Okay, the next announcement, we got the PCS show coming up.
Doing that.
PCS show, if any. I know you just said you got a new color coming out, but what do you got going on the PCS show this year?
Yeah, we'll have a full booth, and that just happens to be the La Paz tournament. It's the same exact weekend as the PCS show, so I won't be there.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that was the deal. We had to work that out first before we said yes to being on the team. But we did. The team stepped it up and promised they all be there. So the whole Hookup Baits team will be there running the booth with JoJo. Yeah, that's where we bring out our new product. It's the only show that we have a booth at. So like I said, there's new color, hot new color. I've been killing everything on it, freshwater and saltwater. So that will be there. But then there's other things. There's about six new things that will be out there, brand new stuff. And we always try to do about 5 or 6 things that are new.
My advice is if you got Chad's not there, go up and find this guy named Frank and get your picture with him and get his autograph because it's
Yeah,
probably going to be worth a lot of money one day. If you haven't been to the PCS show, it's an indoor up in Long Beach. It's a gigantic fishing show. It's huge. You could probably spend 2 days there trying to go through all these booths up there. You can hang out with me. I'll be up there with. Oh, I'm sorry. In Newport. You can hang out there with me and go up there and some friends. Sometimes you get guys like this walking around. There's Chet and his son. What's up?
Yeah.
That's last year. I just got out of listening to Chad's seminar up there. So there's a lot of cool seminars up there. And this is Chad's booth last year. And I guess those will be the two main dudes up there. So go up there and see those guys on the left and the right. That is Frank and Dale. And there's JoJo peeking back there. You're working the register.
Yeah. Taking the
go
money.
up there, talk to those guys. And I'll be at the booths too, cruising around. Oh, and I said, say, you're not going to be there, but I say, if you're a Spotty Bowl champion, bring your belt, man. Let's arrange a meetup. And we'll all meet up and maybe do a big picture of all the Spotty Bowl champions that show up. So we'll figure that out next week. Watch out. Definitely happen. All right, let's move on. We got a results show to do here, Chad. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to some. All right, guys.
I gotta say, Brian, I love that. I love your stuff you put together.
Thank you. Thank you. Hundreds and hundreds of hours. Thank you. Guys, I'm going to try to go through the side pots a little bit faster than normal just because we got Chad on here and I'd like to have some questions at the very end for him. That will be entered for you automatically, and that's like the fast lane one. But if you need to enter a side pot, you do it through the Discord. You click side pots. And if you want to know about the side pots, go back about 3 shows when I do it with Corey, and he'll describe how to enter all these side pots. All right, first side pots. What's up, Todd? Todd makes all these belts for us. So shout out to Todd. I'm going to skip through this. Thanks, Corey, for helping me last night. Thank you so much for helping with all these side pots. Corey's a new help to Spotty Bowl, and he's a big help. We do appreciate you, Corey. And, of course, we got to give this guy a shout-out, Chad. That is the
Wi-Fi's up there.
We're having some audio problems on Chad's end.
Yeah, we're trying to figure it out right now.
Okay, cool. All right, so yeah, I'll take you off the screen for until you guys get that figured out, guys. All right, so first up, we got the judge right here. The judge is in the chat. Everybody say thanks to the judge. He actually, sorry guys, I'm trying to work on my production here. All right, I just muted. Give everybody a big shout out to the judge. Thank you, Judge. He went through every single picture this week and judged all your fish. So big shout out to the judge. First up, we got $100 in the shore division, and that is vacant. Nobody's caught a halibut from shore this week. There we go. I think Chad's back. Are you back, Chad?
Just turned the Wi-Fi off. Went to straight cell service. Yeah.
It looks good now. I think you're doing good.
Yep.
Who knows? Maybe it's on my end. All right, here we go. Let's start over this. Thank you, Ramona Automotive, for sponsoring these side pots. These are season-long side pots. So the actual Ramona Automotive ones are for the LA division and also the San Diego division. You'll both be competing against these. So somebody's got to catch a halibut from shore here. Longest Spotty from shore. We got Lucas. What's up, Lucas? With a 16-incher. Caught that up in LA from shore. Looks like he got it on the beach there. Nice picture, man. Lucas, get a bigger bump board though. You're gonna be come up short on that thing, dude. That's like a 16 on the money. Smallest other. Ryan, did you get a lot of calicos this weekend, Chad? Seemed like Mission Bay had a lot of calicos in there for some reason.
I got one. One before dark, and that was it. No, don't tell me it froze again. Damn it.
Oh, dang it. All right. Well, we're keep trucking through it, Chad.
I know. I don't understand.
$100 for smallest Spotty. We got 7.5. Ryan's holding that down. Like your bump board.
Yeah.
$100 smallest other. $100 smallest Spotty. We got Peter there.
There he is.
Peter's holding
2
on
bars.
to 7.5. Nice job down in San Diego right there, the aquarium size. Longest sponsor bag vacant. And if you don't know what that is, it's 5 fish using one of our sponsors per fish. Must be caught on a different bait. Longest halibut. Let's see what's up. We got $100 longest other. We got Ludwig holding that down since week 1 up there in LA. Got a 20-inch calico.
Not saying 1 bar. Yeah. Froze again. So it was kind of seemed like it might have been better on the white.
I'm going to pause you. I'm going to go full screen. Okay, guys. Is that better? How's my audio doing? I'm so sorry, guys. Ramona internet sometimes in the rain can be a major pain. So that's good. I'll just keep on going. Hopefully everybody's on there. 75 people. If you guys could hit the like button. Sorry for the audio video delay here. Man, I need to get some new internet. $100 longest trifecta. That's Chad right there. Chad over at Hookup Baits has got a 13.75, 13.5, 15.5, 46.75 total. Longest trifecta. Heaviest other. So David Dalton caught himself a 28-inch long halibut, but in the Ramona Automotive, you can only submit it for one side pot. So David decided to put his 8.5 pound halibut in the heaviest other. So holding on to that with an 8.5 pounder. That's a nice size one. David, you got a trolling motor on the front of that now? That's pretty nice. I'm gonna bring back Chad, see if we get this going here. All right. We got it. It might be on my end, Chad.
No, right. I mean, yeah, I went back to Wi-Fi, so it seems to be the same either way.
It's probably on my end then. Jeff over at One Cool Tuna. What's up, Jeff? Jeff left us and went to Kentucky. I don't know why he wanted to. Can you sell jigs in Kentucky, Jeff? Is there a market out there for that? I'm not sure. But Jeff moved up to Kentucky, and he now is offering you guys, if you go to onecooltuna.com and put in the code that you can read in Discord, he'll send you some line labels, some Spotty Bowl stickers, and maybe some other stuff. I got mine the other day. It's pretty nice. Longest Spotty on that is vacant this week. So, guys, if you want to earn a $25 per session gift card from Jeff, try out the One Cool Tuna irons. He makes a small one just perfect for the bays. Check those out and you can win that. Reaper, what's up, Reaper Slow Pitch Jig? Check out reaperslowpitchjig.com. And if you haven't already, I'm not sure if there's any left, but if you haven't already, you can pick up a Reaper Slow Pitch Jig limited edition at Fastlane Kayaks or at Pat's Tackle up north. Just go in there and show them your Spotty Bowl app. I'll hook you up with a free jig. Longest Spotty on a Reaper jig, vacant. That's crazy. Vacant this week. So nobody gets that. So it rolls over to next week, I guess. All right. Submission fishing code jig. Same thing. Longest Spotty caught on a submission fishing code jig. And we got a winner, Timothy. Congratulations, Timothy. Oops, that's the wrong button. Timothy. Yeah, it looks like you're nighttime fishing. Chad, did you fish at night or during the day?
Nighttime.
All right. Hey, we're going to talk about some nighttime that. It's got a fish finder there. I'm always trying to look in these guys' kayaks, see if I can find any hints. So he's got a submission fishing code jig. Can't see the water depth, but maybe. I don't know. Timothy, congratulations. Get a hold of Muto. You get $25 to shop on submissionfishingcode.com. So congratulations, Timothy. HD Baits, what's up, HD Baits? Probably in the house right now. HD Baits, if you want a bait that lasts, That's the HD bait. Longest spotty and halibut. We got a longest spotty winner. Unfortunately, Andy, you forgot to put the bait in the picture. So, Andy, unfortunately, that's a major bummer.
That's like a tease right there.
Yeah.
You won, not.
No. He caught it on the HD bait, but forgot it in the picture. So, unfortunately, you need to include that. But, hey, nice fish anyway, 14.25. Looked like another nighttime bite to me. So, longest halibut HD bait, that is vacant. Okay. JK Baits, what's up? Custom painted crankbaits. Those things look awesome. I love the spotty look on that one. He is doing longest spotty, also session spotty, $50 value of custom crankbaits. And so not only are you getting a crankbait, but you're getting a custom one. And this guy hand painted. So that's pretty cool. And vacant. Come on, guys. Nobody caught a fish on a crankbait. Remember, we don't submit these for you. So if you want to win these side pots, you got to submit them. If you caught one fish on a crankbait, you should have put it on here with this code and you would have gotten a $50 crankbait. And also the longest for the entire season on a crankbait, vacant right now too. Yeah, missed out on that one. You did, David Dalton. I know you caught some. So remember, guys, don't pull a David Dalton and forget to submit it. That you missed out on a sweet side pot. Hookup baits. Here we go. Hookup baits. Winners to be announced during the results show. If you won your division and you included hookup baits in at least 2 of your pictures and you win your division, you will another side pot, which is longest for the season. And we've got a leader, Christopher Allison, is leading it with a 16.5-inch spotty. What color is that up there, Chad?
Looks like a brown silver to me.
Brown silver. Looks like he's fishing from a bass boat. Right on.
Yeah.
What's that orange stuff down there? What is that orange stuff? Is that like some kind of scent or something? I don't know. It looks like a liquid gasket.
Yeah.
Repairing a head gasket on that thing or something. Longest spotty. So this is season long, 16.5. So you are leading that. I'm interested to see how big this fish gets. 16.5 is pretty good fish.
Mm-hmm. It's great fish.
And when you look at that fish, it's got that big 16-inch mouth. You know, it's got that border to border on the bump board where you don't even see the bump board where it covers it up. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that's a good one.
Custom rods also on a crankbait. We got a leader on that. David Dalton. There you go, David. David Dalton leading that on a crankbait. Nice bump board, too, with a 14.75. Nice one, David Dalton. He's a leader on that. That's a season long. We're so excited to have this as a sponsor this year. Baits Reels is giving away 7 or 9. Yes, show. He'll be up at the PCS show showing off these reels. So if you're interested in one of these, go over there, tell him you're Spotty Bowler, and talk to Kevin, and he'll give you the lowdown on the baits reels. If you catch a 17-inch spotty, guess what? Wait, I got to say this over again. If you catch a 17-inch spotty and include the code BAITS25, guess what? You've won yourself a baits reel. Unfortunately, we had several 17-inch fish caught this Mission Bay session, but only one person had of the 17-inch baits reel. Only 6 of those left, guys. So make sure you have your code in there. Baits 25. If you catch a 17-inch spot, you don't want to miss on that.
Thought I was going to win it with it.
Our side pot specialist here, and submit it to the Baits channel. All right. So congratulations. That's a huge win for you. You'll be able to pick out whatever, any of the baits reels that you'd like, Charlie. So congratulations. Let's go. That's right, Charlie. Also, if anytime you include that code in the picture and you break a 70-inch, break the spotty barrier, you'll automatically be entered in for at the end of the year. Each time you break the spotty barrier, you'll be entered in to win a baits reel. We'll give you a raffle ticket, and we'll raffle off baits reels at the award ceremony. So all you got to do is break 70 inches. Corey King says, "Go Charlie!" Yeah, first one to win it. Congratulations on that, Charlie. Fish Labs also a sponsor. Thank you so much, Dave, for sponsoring part of Akuma. Fish Labs. Check out their baits. I know he'll be up there probably at the PCS show. So if you want to talk to him about Fish Lab baits, or go check them out. They're also offering on Spotty Bowl Discord. You can get a 30% discount code for anything. 30%. That's a good discount, guys. We got our leader, Juan Delgado. Let's go, Juan. Congratulations. You are the leader for the season long 15.25. Real Happy Clothing. Thank you for sponsoring also. We've got a $75 gift card from Real Happy. This is a 24/7. You guys can fish this 24/7. And we got a leader, Charlie, man, milking that fish, 17.25. Congratulations, Charlie. You are the leader for the Real Happy. And here we go. Let's bring this guy in here. Also leading for Real Happy for $75 gift card to their, it's mostly clothing there, I think, and hats.
Yeah, that's good.
Tell
good
me about
stuff,
this fish, Chad. 23.5. What the heck is that?
That's just a typical day out at the pipe, pretty much. And it was kind of funny.
Wait. Oh, you went too fast. What pipe are we talking about?
Imperial pipe. So, throwing the hub A-rig. My last 3 trips down there, I've caught bass that size. That we weighed them. That was a 7-pound bass.
No way.
Yeah, so I've caught 7 and 8 pounders the last 3-4 times I went down there, almost every time. It is kind of funny that card that has all the codes on it. I've never printed one of those out. And Doug, one of my employees at the shop here, he printed them out and laminated them. And I just happened to throw it in the boat. And then I had another employee, Santiago, on the boat with me that day. And when we're going out, like, oh, we're going to get the biggest sand bass for sure. And I think it was 21 inches at that time. And we totally forgot about it. And we caught multiple fish over 21 inches. And then towards the end of the day, Santiago goes, "Oh, we forgot to do the Real Happy thing." And we're like, "Oh, man." And about 10 minutes later, I caught that fish. I'm like, "Okay, there it is. There's the Real Happy fish." So then, yeah, we happened to have the card.
If you guys want one of those cards, by the way, just go on the Discord, and Corey has provided those. You just print them out. It has all the necessary codes for all the side pods.
Yeah.
Somewhere, Adobo's yelling at his TV going, "Santiago!" Because Adobo was leading that.
Right. Yeah. And I gave me 2 of those cards. I put one in the boat, and I was meant to put one in the kayak, and I forgot to put it in the kayak, and that costed me a reel this weekend.
Oh, that's a nice fish. That's I don't know. We'll see if that holds on. We'll see. That's a 24/7, guys. So you can fish that also anywhere. So 24/7. If you're pre-fishing, go for those big fish. Why not? Cool Baits Lures. So we're going to be up there. Cool Baits has came out with a new A-rig, guys. So go on Cool Baits. We're selling an A-rig now. We're totally sold out. If you want one of those, you're going to have to go to East County Bait and Tackle or down to Dana. That's the only place that has them right now. They're totally sold out. But it's a $13 A-rig. I've been fishing it the entire season. They're a great A-rig. Fully loaded. You want to see an A-rig up there? 24 hours, 7 days a week. You can fish this in any body of water, just like the other one. So if you're out fishing La Jolla or you're out fishing by the pipe and you want to catch a big calico or sand bass, use a Hookup baits and see if you can beat the leader. Congratulations. We got a leader at Matt West with a 14.5-inch spotted bay bass. Looks like he got it also on an HD bait. Looks like an HD bait to me. So congratulations, you are leading. This is a season long. If you win that, you'll win $100 worth of Cool Baits. Tackle Supply, they're usually down to PCS show too. Go down there and say hi to them. Check out their booth. They got a $25 discount for spotty bowlers. Check that out on the Discord to get that code. Go to Tackle Supply. They've got War Baits, Owner, Strike King, Robo Worm. They got Rapala. They got everything over there. Check out Tackle Supply. They're a long supporter of Spotty Bowl, so let's support them also. They're giving away a $100 gift card for longest spotty on that, and that is going to Chuck. Congratulations, Chuck. 16-incher. Charlie, man, you forgot to put one in there. Charlie could have swept the house with all his 17.25, but don't forget, you guys, to submit these in the side pots. You have to do it during your session on most of these. East County Bait and Tackle, also heaviest Spotty. Go into East County Bait and Tackle. They're located there in Lakeside. Talk to Mike. That's the guy up top. Tell him you want the Spotty Bowl Club discount and get a discount on your entire order. Awesome tackle shop. I know you have your stuff there, Chad. They just basically sell all the good stuff, which a tackle shop should.
Yep.
Heaviest Spotty. Derek leading that. Let's go, Derek. 2.3 pounder. What do you think, Chad? You gonna be able to top that one this year?
That's a pretty good one. I caught a good one this weekend, and it wasn't that heavy. So that's a pretty good fish.
It's deceiving. Like, I bet you that one was like a 16.5. And sometimes you just get those old dogs with the big head and the wide, thick shoulders and the big body. And sometimes the longest ones aren't always the heaviest ones. But
exactly.
But yeah, that's. I think last year. I'm trying to remember last year. I think up in LA we had a 2.9. And I think down here we had like a 2. No, we had a big one over here. We had like a 3.2 in Mission Bay, I think last year. So it might hold, but I'm gonna guess that's probably gonna be beat. $150 gift card to Derek, to you, if that leads the whole season. Akuma also giving us everybody that wins a Spotty Bowl championship will receive a Spotty himself. So if you can squeeze some questions out of him, get some info out of him. I know he's a really good angler up there up north. But
I got to give a shout out to Akuma. Dave, when I told him I was on the USA team, he asked me what rod and reel combo I needed, and I told him, my kind of my medium heavy setup that I use mostly for coastal is kind of worn out. And so I told him, I wore this one out, see what you can do. And he sent me a new setup to go fish the USA kayak tournament in. So thank you, Dave from Akuma.
That is awesome. Yeah, no, we really appreciate them. Thank you so much for supporting us at Spotty Bowl too. Yeah, and this year I got that's pretty much all I've been fishing is Akuma gear. I got the Akuma Hakais from last year. I got their Akuma X model this year for my spinning, or Akuma X model. I've got this exact spinning reel, and I've also got the Komodo. Mic drop comedy. You gonna try to win this, Chad? You gonna go with some stand-up comedy?
Yeah, I love comedy, especially dad jokes.
Oh yeah, really?
I wish I had more time. Where they at?
I'm trying to burn through this. We'll get to something maybe. Mic Drop Comedy. Thank you for sponsoring Spotty Bowl. That's pretty cool. Mic Drop Comedy. You need longest other bag of your Spotty Bowl. So there's 5 different fish, 5 different species, no spotties. Judge is currently winning this or leading this at 33.5. So you got to get 5 fish: calico, sand bass, halibut, whatever. Just no spotties, and the longest 5 will win you. I think it's about a $200 a private booth and some other swag at Mic Drop Comedy one night. Yeah, that's
cool. I never remember to measure those during a tournament.
Shore this weekend, and I threw it back in, and that's a vacant side pot for $100. I don't know. It wasn't a big one, but it would at least got it started. Simon, what's up? Hopefully Simon's in chat right now. What's up, Simon? Taipan rods. If you haven't ever checked out a Taipan rod, I think Simon's going to be up there. Also, the PCS show is usually in the booth right next to me. Get to see some pretty cool stuff with these rods. I have my spinning setup is actually a Taipan rod, drop shot rod that I bought. Super sensitive. Those rods are super strong. Simon is also a Spotty bowler, so support Taipan rods. Check them out at taipanrods.com. And here we go. Drum roll for it's called a blind. But you automatically get entered into a raffle to win a Taipan rod. Congratulations. We got 2 winners here. We had a tie, Jim Russo and David Dalton again. 63.25. You have won a raffle ticket to the end of the year for a Taipan rod, and that's just we call that the blind boogie. Somebody's gonna win it, but it was 63.25, and I think the number he spun was 63.24. Okay, next up, Big Money Jonah Baits, Custom Baits. Thank you for sponsoring it. This is longest spotty caught on a bait, $250 cash. What? Peter is leading that with longest spotty. Peter at a 14.25. Congratulations, Peter. I don't know. Let's see if that holds out. We'll see.
Shut it down.
Go ahead and mute Chad for a minute while he's trying to figure out his microphone here. $150 cash plus $100 prize package for Big Lot Baits, and that is also for let's see here. Big Lot Baits caught on Big Lot Baits do not need to catch in the same session. Will be $150 cash plus $100 in Big Lot Baits. Oh, cool, right on. And that is vacant right now. All right, Gamakatsu. Gamakatsu is a new sponsor to Spotty Bowl. Thank you for Corey for getting them on board. All you need to do, guys, with a Gamakatsu is have any Gamakatsu product in. It can be the Gamakatsu KCC there. It could be the braid cutters. It can be a hook, swivel, whatever. If you're using a Gamakatsu product and include that in the picture, you will win this prize package on the right, which is a $50 prize pack. Looks like cool stuff in there, too. Looks like some pretty cool stuff in there.
Okay.
Okay, you're back.
Check me out. I did the brine trick.
What's that? Oh yeah, got to get in the boat. Heck
You
yeah,
gotta get in the
Why
boat.
didn't you start in there? Why didn't you start in there? That's all.
I was, but I was just thinking I might have better signal out in the shop. So
I think that's
actually, I think I do. So
yeah, sounds good.
Yeah.
Gamakatsu, and your winner for the Gamakatsu is Corey King, the guy who put it together. Come on, Corey, 15.75 on a Gamakatsu E-Wig or EWG. Given to you, by you, for you. Okay, we're here. The last side pot. We've made it, Chad. We made it through the side pots here. There's a lot of them, guys. 73 of them I got to go through here. So I'm trying to go quicker tonight. Fastlane Kayak Center. If you've never been down there, it's located right down there on Mission Bay. Go check them out, guys. They have clothing down there, kayak accessories. If you need a new bump board, they've got all that down there. Go down there, talk to Ron or talk to Logan down there. But they are sponsoring and they're giving away this prize package this week to longest spotty of this session. They're giving away a $25 gift card, a Fastlane Salte Crew collab shirt, Fastlane hat, Hobie buff, and cool, this Yak Attack track box, which looks pretty cool. I think it mounts on the track and it's like an upper and lower box, just catch-all box for whatever. And
I put those on my kayak just now or a couple months ago. I love them. That box.
I have the Yak Attack like main box that goes behind you with the lifting lid and all the rod holders on it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how you could fish without it, to be honest with you. I mean, that's like
Right.
what you have to have something. In Madison sunglasses, which I won a pair last year, still fishing them this year. Awesome sunglasses, polarized, perfect for fishing. And the winner is Project Man Charlie. Congratulations, Charlie, with the 17.25 big, looks like nighttime fish. You have won the Fastlane Kayak prize package. Head on in there, Charlie. Tell them you're the winner. Show them your Discord, Spotty Bowl Discord, and they will hook you up with that prize package. Don't forget to take pictures and send them to me so we can see what Logan's doing and post those things on Instagram too. So thank you, Fastlane, and congratulations, Charlie. Let's go, Charlie.
Congrats, man. That's a stud Spotty right there.
God, I remember first year of Spotty Bowl. I think like 16.5 won it. I think 16.75 has won it a couple times, and then like the last couple like recent years, we've been venturing into the 17-inch area. So
yeah,
she may hold out, Charlie. I don't know. San Diego, that's about as big as they get. I've only seen in Spotty Bowl, we've only had one 18-inch fish in 4 years. So
yep. All right, we're back.
There you are. You think we got a 17.5 in us this year? I don't know.
I mean, I think last year I counted it up. I caught 4 I think 4 17 plus fish. I think
In
one or
San
two,
Diego?
like, no, in San Diego. I caught 2 in San Diego and 2 up north. So I mean, I caught the same amount, and I think 2 of those were 17.25s. I don't think any of them were 17.50. So they're all 17.25s.
Believe it or not, I had one 17.5 from shore last year. It was the hardest
Yeah,
fish I've ever fought in
yeah.
my life.
I remember when you caught that one. That was pretty awesome.
I will never forget catching that because it ran into the rocks. And you can imagine how stressful that was. It was in a hole in the rocks on a 8-pound line. So, that was a tough.
Yeah.
All right, guys, let's go ahead and get on to this hangout because we got also Spotty Bowl Biggins coming up. And if Chad wants to hang out for a late night session, we'll get hopefully another Q&A at the end for him. But this is what you guys are all here for. So let's go ahead and get this going. Man, I hate it when there's technical difficulties, Chad. It's tough.
I got good signal now, and it's still cutting out. So you might be right. I might be on your side, or the connection from me to you somehow.
It's most likely on my side. I live in Ramona. We just got electricity up here. So I think honestly, guys, I think I need to go out and buy like a Starlink or something. I don't know. I need to figure it out. You guys shouldn't have to deal with this all year. Okay, Spotty Bowl results, Mission Bay round 2. Let's get going here. So we got a youth division this year. January is over. The brand new division, is it 16 or under? I think it's 16 or under. Judge, could you answer that? You can enter the youth division. I think it's only $20. So it's a good way to get started out in Spotty Bowl, learning how to measure fish. Inexpensive. It's got a lot of father-sons, a lot of father-daughter teams out there, which is awesome. You can fish it from shore. You can fish it from your boat, and it's a month long. It's not a session. You got the entire month of January. You got the entire month of February from the 1st all the way to the end of the month to catch your biggest 5 fish. So youth division, let's get out there. Let's do this. January leaders, here we go. We got Emmett pulling out first place for January with 10 points. And this is on a point system, not a length system. So if you get first place in January, you get 10 points. Second's 9 points with Tyler. Third place, 8 points, Brady. Some pretty big bags there. 65 inch, 59, 50. Nice.
That's awesome.
Fourth place, 7 points. We got Cole. Fifth place, 6 points. We got Cody. And sixth place, we've got 5 points with Jackson. And 10th place, get those fish next time. We got Parker, Dawson, Phoenix. And my screen's cutting off here. And Nathan and Taylor. So get them next time. All right, here we go. Here's the standings for February. Current standings for February. February's already started. 8th, 9th, and 10th. No fish yet, so you guys will get on board here. Here we go. In 7th place, 12-year-old Emmett with an 11-incher already starting out. Cool. Fishing out of the John boat, too. Sweet. He's over in deep water in that John boat. No, that's south, huh? It looks like south of the bridge.
Yeah, so that's not bait right there.
No. How do you feel about fishing south?
It's the nursery of San Diego Bay. You'll catch 100 of them. Of the 100, 2 of them will be.
That's what I was going to exactly say. If you want to go and but that's a cool place to go and just learn some techniques because you can catch, like Chad said, if you can go south of there, you can get 110 inches all day long down there.
And you catch a fun area. Of course, they have. And other species, Corvina, croaker. Yeah, I mean, you get all kinds of stuff back there. It's fun to go back there, and there's no boats. If I'm just trying to get out on the weekend and go catch fish, I'll go back there because there's not boat traffic and you catch a ton of fish.
If you want to make yourself look really good on a live feed, that's where I would go. You want to get one like every 5th cast. And you want to look really good out of the water, go down there. Yep. 6th place, I got no picture. You, Cody, send me in a picture, 27-inch. 5th place, 11-year-old Parker. Let's go 57 inches already this month. Dang, looking good. That's a nice fish right there, too. Way to start out, man. Yeah. 4th place, 10-year-old Taylor. What's going 59 inches from shore? Dang, nice. So let's see. I'm always examining. That looks like possibly Mission Bay. I'm not sure, but nice start, man. We're only halfway ththrough the month. You already have 59-inch bag. That's pretty good. Did I skip third? Huh.
Damn, that's a big one right there.
Sure, looks. I'm not sure, but that fish looks enormous. That
Yeah,
is a nice fish.
that looks like a good fish.
Another nighttime fish. I think that was third place, and this is second place. Second place, 12-year-old Cole, 63.5. Nice fish there too. Nice measurement.
Yeah, what's the spell out with the baits? Is that TYC?
I think that's his code. I think that's the code.
That's awesome.
Is that a Ned rig? You caught that fish on the Ned rig? What? Is this thing working? What the heck? Anyway, 12th place, Cole. Congratulations, 16.5. Nice fish. And valuable lesson here. He's learning how to measure that fish, and you're doing a great job at it too. Sometimes, where your hand is, that can be a scary moment. So building up your confidence, just measuring right there. And in first place for February, not first place, but leading the youth division in February. Hollis, congratulations, 64.25. You are currently in first place, but watch out, they're right on your tail. That is also a nice nighttime fishing. Are you fishing from looks like a boat too? All right, out on the water. 5. All right, so youth division, let's go, awesome, guys.
I'm so glad you guys are doing that youth thing. That is awesome. Congrats on that to you guys.
Yeah, Eric's the man. Guys, you guys need to thank Eric and Corey. They put in so much work. I'm not kidding you guys. From Monday till I come on the show live, we are working on the show from when we get home from work till everybody's getting judged the exact same way. He goes over every single one of your submissions. It's a lot of work. Here we go. Shore division. Ralph, Brady, Eric, Samuel, Andy, Oliver. Shore division was tough. Notice who's in 7th place right there, Chad, and look at my number.
Yeah, what the heck happened there?
Oh, my God. A guy, just sometimes, man. Sometimes you just...
Maybe you moved too fast last weekend.
I do. It's not a lack of trying, but let's just say, man, I struggled. I haven't been shore fishing lately, and it shows. I'm only back, but man, sometimes you just have that round. I went up to Alameda this last year, first round, and only caught one fish from my boat. It was a 13.25. This is second worst round of it.
That was me last month at Newport. That was my worst round I ever had. I zigged when I should have zagged.
Basically, me too. I can't give an excuse, but I'm gonna give one. I picked the day session in winter. I don't know what I was thinking, but I started at 1 o'clock and I didn't get a fish until the sun just started going down, and then I got one, and by then it was just too late. It was too late. So I don't know. Bad decision on my part, but hey, that's what makes you stronger, right? Those bad days, right? They all can't be 78-inch bags. All right. 6th place, we got Danny Hernandez, 55.75. Smoked me for 6th place. And that is your guy, right, Danny?
Yeah, he's the shop supervisor.
Nice, Danny. That's a nice bag right there. And hey, believe it or not, you want to be in the top 7 to make playoffs. So I'm actually somehow, I don't know, playoff position. All right, coming in 5th place with 56.5, we got Mr. Majors. Let's go, Mr. Majors. Nice bag, 56.5. Coming in 4th place, we've got Aaron Endicott with 63.5. Let's go, Aaron. Congratulations, 4th place. That looks like a nice fish there, too. We got Chuck. I got to see Chuck fishing from shore when I was fishing from vessel. What's up, Chuck? Always nice to talk to Chuck. Chuck with the 65 coming in 3rd place. Congratulations. All right, here we go. 2nd place, shore division. And they can fish either bay.
Mm-hmm.
Lee Gill, congratulations, Lee. That is awesome. 71 inches from shore, Chad. You know how hard that is to do?
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
is like years ago that seemed nearly impossible, and now these
Mhm.
shore anglers have gotten so good in Spotty Bowl, it's almost you have to have a 70-inch bag to win these things. By the way, Lee Gill,
Yep.
that is the best profile pic that
Yeah.
anybody has ever sent.
That's sweet hair.
No, it's awesome. You play for the Padres? Lee looks like a baseball player.
Yeah,
That is an
I know.
awesome picture.
All the pro baseball players have hair like that now.
Yeah. Lee Gill, congratulations. Breaking a spotty barrier from shore is very hard to do. That's an awesome accomplishment. I'm not sure if that's your first time, but hopefully you can do that several times. All right. And the winner of shore division round 2 is, let's go, Alex Norton.
Of course.
Congratulations, Alex. Back to back. Back to
Yeah,
back. And not only winning it, but throwing out a
73.
73.25. Ooh,
Impressive.
my chest hurt. Oh, that's congratulations, Alex. Alex earns it. The guy's out there roaming around, creeping all the time at night. Not just fishing, he just creeps around. But he's always creeping around. He's creeping around. He's obviously figured it out. Alex Norton's on a tear, guys. Us other guys in the short division are going to have a hard time keeping up with him this year. So let's go, Alex. You're having a phenomenal year. He's won the Masters Championship. He's won the Pro Division. He's won the Species Championship. So he's after the Shore Championship, guys. Let's see what we can do to keep up with this guy. Congratulations, Alex. That's an awesome win. And okay, so you want to, in Spotty Bowl, we're all trying to get to the playoffs. Me and Chad have made it to the playoffs several times, but to get to that playoff, you have to be in the top 7 position. So even if you didn't win this week, just try to maintain a good bag and get yourself into the playoffs. And then once you get to playoffs, anything can happen. So try to stay in that top 7. It's consistency to get up there. Guys, there will be, I didn't have time to do this, but at the end of the show or sometime tonight or tomorrow, we'll put up the standings minus your mulligan. So right now, we've only fished 2 rounds, so your worst round is going to get thrown out. So you also get a mulligan in Spotty Bowl. All right, losing my voice here, Chad. Weekend Warrior Division, round 2, Mission Bay. Let's see how this went. These Weekend Warrior guys, man, they're shredding it up this year. Let's just say that.
Yep.
Weekend Warrior Division, we have 4 divisions of Spotty Bowl. Weekend Warriors are sometimes the guys that are just starting to spotty fish or new to tournament fishing, want to kind of figure it out before they dive in. We have a Weekend Warrior, a Pro Division, and Masters Division. Pro Division is usually a 65-inch bag. Masters Division, usually you have to have a bigger than a 70-inch bag to make it to the playoffs in that one. All right, first up, oh man, we have like 37, I think, or 36 people in there. Tony, Nathan, Fred, Doug, David, Leo, or David, get that out of the way. That's your goose egg. That's your mulligan. Leo, 29th place, 11.5. Emmett, 11.5. Taylor, 12.75. Timothy, 14. Man, so like the first 10 people got 1 fish. That tells you Mission Bay.
It could be hard. It could be super hard. And it's been hard all the way up until this last weekend. They actually started biting a little bit.
What do you think about all this rain, though? I mean, especially for like, because we're
rain
fishing
is
in Huntington.
Great. Rain. I've had my best spotty days ever right after a big storm.
I'm looking for, even though I don't know Huntington, I'm looking forward to it because I think as long as it like the river doesn't flow a whole bunch of trash in there. I don't know if it's like Alamitos where it rains and you're like dodging, trash every direction. Hopefully it doesn't do that, but when it
But you
rains,
know what? Also, you say it every time. Spotties they'll eat everything that flows into that bay. So even though there's trash, there's all kinds of stuff flowing in there that they're just on a feeding frenzy. It's like fishing a chum line. They just eat.
You chewed gum, cigarette butts.
Yeah.
Sometimes when it's like,
I mean, if you were to open a big spotty's belly after a storm, I'm sure you would find all kinds of stuff.
Don't do that. No, we're gonna protect our babies. These are our babies. They're bread and butter. I know. So I think they're opportunistic, and then when that stuff's flowing in there, they're like on high alert. Anyway, it clouds up the water too. So
yeah, exactly. Dirty water, and they're on to feed. It's like I said, my best spotty day ever was pre-fishing for a SBS tournament last year. After a huge storm, the whole bay was chocolate milk, and me and Al, my tournament partner, we caught well over 30 legals that day. It was just
Oh,
crazy.
in Newport? In Newport?
Alamitos.
Um,
Yeah, we
I
both
haven't
had
fished
80
Alamitos
inch
this year.
bags that day.
Oh
So
my God.
and it was where most people would look at the bay and not even fish. Like, I ain't fishing there. It was just insane.
Last year, Alamitos Bay, I was there after rain. Probably not that rain. It was during Spotty Bowl. I hooked into a boat cushion on the bottom, and it was like a 30-minute ordeal to get that thing off my hook. It was. I
It's the
was so
worst
frustrated.
when you hook into something heavy that moves just enough where you can't break it off. That's the worst.
Yeah, and it was on an A rig, and I don't know. It's a long story, guys, but ugh. All right, 23rd place, Corey King. If you're only going to catch one fish, it might as well be a 15.75. Let's go, Corey. And he also won the Gamakatsu $50 side pot on that one fish. Zachary Riggs, 22 inches. Javier, 24. Simon, that's Taipan rods, I believe. Simon, 25 incher. Nelson, 42. Stephen Bang, 50. Joe pulling in a 52.75. And Richard, 58. So we're getting some bigger bags here. All right. 14th place, we got Forrest with 60. Jim Russo, man, that's a slow week for him right there. 63.25. David Dalton, aka Bass Hunter, 63.25. Hollis, 64-inch. Mark G, 60. Nice bag, Mark. Congratulations, Mark. And give Mark a round of applause on that. It wasn't long ago Mark was struggling to get one fish. Look at you now. 5 fish. And Mission Bay, I'm telling you, that's a good bag right there. Todd, what? Look at that. Top 10, Todd Burton, TV Metal Art, 65-inch bag. Todd, what are you fishing from? A kayak, maybe?
He's got a hobie.
Oh, yeah?
What we have back? Yeah, he came by the shop and picked up a bunch of hookup baits the other day. So
That's pretty cool.
he had his kayak in the truck.
Coming in 8th place, we got Cody, 66 inches. 7th place, we got Bryce with 66.75. And we got this messed up. Looks like he should be ahead of Santiago. Oh, no, Santiago 67.25. Sorry about that, Santiago. All right, your top 5.
Santiago's a hookup baits employee, too.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
That's the Santiago that made me weigh measure the 23-incher.
No. Adobo. Santiago. 67. Well, tell him congratulations if he's there. That's for Mission Bay, dude. That is a big.
He's in there.
What's up, Santiago? All right, 5th place, top 5. We got Matthew West with 67.25. Is that a tie? Yeah, we got a tie for 5th place. So we got a tie. Santiago, you got tie for 5th place. 67.25. And by the way, guys, if you could in your Discord, send me a profile picture. So if you do get a top 5, I can include a profile picture. If you don't send me one, I'm just going to put on a picture of your fish. Coming in 4th place, we've got Glenn, 67.75. Let's go, Glenn. Glenn's got a YouTube channel, got a GoPro right on his head. So check out his I think it's Glenn Goes Fishing. Check out his YouTube channel, 67.75. Nice bag. I remember when Masters, you didn't get a fish the first year of Masters, Chad, but the first year, like 67 was like, you were like, in it was only one division, but you were like, that was like possible first place. And these guys have all gotten so dang good now. Weekend Warriors are getting 67.
Let's tournament fishing will make everybody a better fisherman. It's a proven fact.
It seems that way. It seems that way. 3rd place, we got Isaac with a 69.25. Congratulations, Isaac. Sweet bag right there. Almost breaking the spotty barrier, which probably means the top 2 guys did. So let's see. Coming in 2nd place, Weekend Warrior Division. Look at this guy, Lee Gill. Let's go. 2nd place in Shore and 2nd place in Weekend Warrior. Let's go. Lee's on fire, man. Dang. Possible to win 2 championships this year if you keep that up, dude. So breaking the spotty barrier from Shore and Vessel. Lee, what are you fishing from? I haven't seen you out on the water. I'm going to keep an eye out for you. 70.75 Mission Bay winter bag. Whew. All right, here we go. Drum roll. Coming in 1st place, Weekend Warrior, Mission Bay, round 2. Your 1st place for Weekend Warrior is, let's go, Ricardo Gomez. Let's go 72.25.
Nice
Ricardo, I think this, I don't recognize a name. Is this your first time? Yeah, there's Ricardo. He's in chat. Let's go, Ricardo. Is this your first year, Ricardo, in Spotty Bowl? And if so, 72.25. That's an incredible bag.
Well, look
Ricardo
at
in chat.
Is that 17 incher from this weekend?
Here we go. Ricardo caught a 17 incher this weekend, which I don't have a profile picture, and forgot his baits code.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, Ricardo. Print out that card. Yeah, 17 incher with a gut. And Ricardo, buy yourself a scale too. That thing, I bet you, is a 246. What do you think? Look at the size of the thing.
Yeah. He's pretty stout. And daytime.
Ricardo says it's daytime. Yeah. He says it's his second time in Spotty Bowl, second year. Well, Ricardo, congratulations. I'm not sure if that's your first place, but congratulations. You did it with a killer bag, and you also got a 17-inch Spotty. Dang.
Yeah.
So next time you get that.
Those don't come around often.
I'm going to say, as much as me and you fish, like you said, you got 4 last year. I think I only had 2.
Oh, did it?
So,
yeah.
And a lot of the time, it takes years to get one of those. It's not a 17-inch fish. They seem more common now than they used to be, but a 17-inch fish is a rare Pokemon, guys. All right, Weekend Warrior, here's your standings for this. Make sure you're above the top 7. Pro Division, round 2, Mission Bay. Let's go Pro Division. Usually these guys score 65-inch or above. We only have this division down here in San Diego. Pro Division's also huge.
Yeah, big.
We had, let's see, 23 people, I think, fish short division this. Unfortunately, John, Andrew, Drew, Roy, Thomas. Roy, no, not SD Roy. Roy had a huge bag last week. Roy, throw that out of the way. I'm telling you, some of you guys fish San Diego Bay like all year long, and then your Spotty Bowl comes around. You're like, I guess I'll have to go to Mission Bay. So you guys need to practice. You need to split it up. So I'm saying you can't rely 100% on winning only San Diego Bay. You got to get good at both of them. Chad,
I'm guilty of that too.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna ask you that. If you have a day out where you're gonna go practice fish, you're just gonna go fun fishing. Do you ever select Mission Bay?
Not really. Tournament fishing makes me fish Mission Bay.
Mission Bay is my favorite bait to fish.
I know you say that, and I say it's my worst bait in California fish. It's my opposite.
Oh, well, let me ask you this question. Last year at the end, you get to choose either San Diego Bay, so round 7. You get to choose both bays, and me and you both, I think, were the only 2 that chose Mission Bay last year for our selected bay. Right? You were Mission Bay, and I think we were there the same day.
When it's biting,
I'm pretty sure
it's biting. I mean, when it's biting, you can get a bigger bag out of Mission Bay for sure. It's so inconsistent. That's the problem with it.
That's what makes it fun.
Yeah. I like catching. Fishing for the birds. I like catching.
I love the hunt. I honestly, even though I only got like a 14-inch fish from shore, the one fish from shore this year, I love the hunt, man. I don't, I'm just, it's summer fishing's fun, don't we? Alamitos, man, when it's on fire and every cast is a 15-inch, that's fun. But man, when it's tough, man, it makes you work for it, dude.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go. 17th, John, Andrew, Drew, Roy. I'll get those out of the way. 16th place, we got Joe with a 12.75. Way to get the skunk out of there. Mike, that's a bad bag for you, Mike. You make that up. You're going to make playoffs this year. Mike, 25.25. Dave Rage, 27.25. Dave has a problem with Mission Bay, I think, too. But, watch out for Dave. He's going to come back here. Eric Klein, 38 inches. What's up, Eric? Dawson Jennings, one of our younger Spotty bowlers, 42.75. Go Dawson. Frank Santiago, 50. That's got to be the worst bag he's ever gotten in his life. What in the world happened to Frank? It's usually like a 75, 78 incher. What happened here? Frank,
give him that thing, please. Please, he needs one of those right now.
Dang.
There you go.
I got a new one for you. Dang. All right. Frank will make it up. Drew going in with a 52 incher. Juan coming in from a win last week to a 9th place finish. Not too bad, Mel. So 52 inches even, but hey, he got the win last week, so it happens here. 8th place, we got 60.25 with Che. 7th place, Andy, 62.5. And man, just under 5th place. We got Hollis with a 66 even. All right, here are your top 5 Spotty Bowlers Pro Division. You didn't give me a profile pick, Christopher. Send me a profile pick for next time, but a 67.25. Nice bag there. That Spotty has a huge head in a small body. Doesn't that look like, what size is that? That's a
looks like a rockfish, like one of those brown rockfish.
When I saw this picture, I'm like, is that what is going on? Because it's got like a mouth of like a 16-incher, but a body of, I don't know. It's a female. That's a female. 14. See this bright orange. I don't know. I can't see underneath it, but usually the bright orange right here underneath its jaw means it's a female. Chris, let's go, Chris. 67.75. Catching it on some kind of funky creature looking jig. Let's go, Chris. Hey, sometimes Mission Bay, you got to pull out some of the weird stuff to catch fish out there. But 67.75, 4th place. That's good. Here we go,
Ronnie.
Ron Lee. Okay. Oh, that's wrong button. Sorry. Ron Lee. 3rd place.
Push the Ron button, not the Frank button.
Good job, Ron. I fish a lot of time. Me and Ron are fishing the same areas. I don't know why, but it's like we're like a magnet towards each other. I'm always near him. He's always near me. I'm always waving. He's waving. Usually he's catching everything, and I'm just watching him. But 67.5. Let's go, man. Look at that yellowtail. Is that on your boat?
Yeah, no, I don't know. Might have been. He's caught ones like that on my boat, but I'm not sure which one that is. He catches so many, we don't know which one that is.
It looks like it's about 5 feet long. Jeez.
Yeah, well, Ronnie's a big dude too, so that's another thing.
Ron's flexing on his profile pic. Hey, to me, a flex is a huge Spotty. I don't know. Frank says that's photoshopped.
I taught him everything he knows, by the way.
Oh yeah. Did he catch that on hookup bait?
Oh yeah, for sure. All he fishes. All he fishes.
All right, coming in second place, we got Derwin Chang. Let's go, Derwin. 70.25, breaking the Spotty barrier. Awesome, Derwin, man. He's always a contender, man. 70.25, breaking the Spotty barrier. Man, you pros have got it down here. Nice calico, by the way. All right, here we go. Pro Division, wintertime Mission Bay coming in first place. Congratulations, 73 even. Derek Capella, congratulations. Nice calico there too. Awesome job, man. Is this are you in chat right now? Is this your first place? I don't think so. I think he's got first before, but 73-inch bag in Mission Bay. How did you do it? You know how many people in chat are like looking at these 70-inch bags in Mission Bay and they're like, how is that even possible? 70, that's 5 legals basically in Mission Bay in the winter. It's rough, guys. I'll tell you how. You know what? We'll get to that at the end. Let's get through these results, and then we'll go through another Q&A with Chad here, and maybe we can get some Mission-based secrets out of them. Congratulations on that, Derek. 73 inches even. Yeah, Frank Santiago has summed it up, basically. That's right. Right on, Derwin. Dale Shaw. Yeah, congratulations. Tom in the house. Yeah, Derek. Congratulations, man. That is an awesome bag right there. Just stay above that top 7, guys. Don't worry if you didn't get a good bag this week. That's a mulligan. Throw it out. Your goal in this Spotty Bowl is to make the playoffs, so try to maintain just a good bag throughout the year. Like I said, those standings will be posted in Discord later, so you can see where you stand for the season. All right, here we go, Chad. You ready? Masters division.
Yep.
Ugh.
Is that my hand or your hand? Well, that's your hand. Our hands look so much like identical.
I know it's basically from fishing for 20 whatever. How long have we been fishing against each other, Chad?
Yeah,
at least
10 years,
right?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, all the way back to like, hey, Salty Dangler's in chat. All right, what's up, Salty Dang? Salty Dangler's not in Spotty Bowl this year. It's kind of a weird not having him in here, you know. It's like a
Yeah.
it's like a missing link in my puzzle. What's up, Salty Dangler? But our hands, dude. I remember when we were back fishing like ACC tournaments and
Yeah.
meeting at was it the Ocean Beach Tackle Shop? Was that OB
Yeah,
Tackle?
LB Fishing Supply, I think, or something like that. Or what was it?
Yeah,
LP, yeah, LP.
LP Fishing Supply. We would
Yeah.
me and Chad and all those guys would fish. I think we could San Diego Bay, right? But I remember
Well, a
like
lot of
the
them
Johnny
were
Make It,
pick your bag a lot of times too. So,
but everybody picked San Diego Bay. So
yeah,
but we had to be at the tackle shop at like, what was it 2:00?
yeah.
So it
you
was like
race up there.
fish hard, load up, and then it was like everybody. I could remember me and Dale were like driving up the 5 trying to get to the tackle shop, and I was following him, swerving around. Everybody trying to get to the tackle shop by 2:00. That was some crazy, fun,
You had to be
crazy fun days.
you had to be a good fisherman and a race car driver.
You'd have to plan the traffic up the 5 to get from San Diego Bay to Oceanside by 2.
Yeah,
It was
and
nerve wracking.
we all have that disease, the one more cast syndrome. So
And you know how tournaments are. The best fishing is in the last 5 minutes for some reason. I know you, and I know me, and I know guys like Salty. Like we fish till the bitter end, man. Me and you, we don't stop at 12:50 and look around, man. We're like, okay, I'm at 12:59 and a half. I'm like, man, I don't have time to get the picture if I get one right now, but I'm still trying.
that's what I had to get.
Bitter.
I had to get a fast boat for SBS because of that reason.
Yeah, no kidding. 350 horse, right?
300.
There's been some SBS story. I mean, we're probably rambling on here, guys, but there's been some SBS moments where we are out there in the wind and we're trying to make it back, and it is just a wet, soaking wet nightmare. I can hear Tom back there. Nobody's had a harder time than Tom in the Bay Basher boat. I see that little tiny aluminum boat he fishes, and I see him miles out there, and I'm like, man, how is he even out there in that? And then him and Cash are out there just soaking wet, man. It's still grinding.
Good rain gear and will.
Definitely a lot of will. Hang out, guys. We still got Spotty Bowl Biggins in here, and at the end, we're going to talk more with Chad, some Q&A. Thanks, Chad, for giving me so much time tonight. We do appreciate you. All right, let's get on the Masters here. So we had about 20 people fish Masters. Bob, Dino, Jig Pow, what? Kevin, Michael Taylor. Oh, man. I don't know if they did not fish or just had a very bad day. Michael Taylor got first place last session. So, Michael, at least, hey, it's a bummer throwing away your mulligan this early in Masters. But you know what? Thank God we have mulligans, because that's what it's for right there. Everybody has a bad day now and then. Eric, the judge, 24-inch. Eric. What happened, man? The Ned rig didn't come through this time? Jared says the Bay Basher gets it done, Tom. Eric, who's not only the judge, but he is also a very good spotty angler. He's kind of flies under the radar, but he's pretty much makes the playoffs every single year. Mm-hmm. And I think it was year 3. We fished against each other in Mission Bay, and he had the best bag of his life, and I almost got eliminated. I only beat him like a 1/4 inch, so the judge was this close to a Spotty Bowl championship. So keep your eye on the judge. He's a silent warrior out there. All right, Stephen K, 61.75. That'll definitely be his. Dale Shaw, 63 inches. That'll definitely. Is Dale going up to the PCS show? I'm assuming he'll be there, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he'll be there the whole show.
I love talking to Dale and Frank, so I'll probably go hang out with the booth with him for a long time. Dale, 63 inch, that'll be his. Chuck, that's a nice bag right there, 66.25, coming in 11th place. Here we go. We got Peter Sandoval with 67.75. These are the Masters. We got in 9th place, we got Luke with 67.75, and 8th place coming all the way down from the north, 68.75. Can't beat Cash, can he? His son is.
Cash is a stud.
Cash, I follow him on Instagram, and he is fishing every single day, it seems like.
He fishes more than anyone I know, for sure.
Cash, keep up with it, man. This may be Cash's year. He was only a heartbeat away from winning last year. Got an 80-inch bag last year. He went all the way to 2nd place in the LA division, fishing against Brett, who Brett ended up being a champion, but
yep.
Go Cash. I'm cheering for you.
He's,
I'm cheering for you.
he's going for it. He's fishing hard.
Danny Martinez. Danny Martinez with a 69-incher. Danny switching off the Sea-Doo and hopping himself on his kayak this year. Is that going to work out for him? I guess we're going to find out. 69-inch bag. That's good. Cash, very respectable bag for not living down here and just coming down here and randomly going for it. 70.75. I'm give you a round of applause for that one right there. Let's go, Cash. All right, here we go. Top 5, Mission Bay. Are you ready, Chad?
I'm ready.
Your connection's nice and clear now. Perfect.
I know. It's been working great.
Coming in 5th place with 71 inches. Even Brian likes to fish. I'll pat myself on the back. That was tough, man. That was I'm happy to break the Spotty barrier. I fished the night section.
You did.
We're going to talk about that later. Fished the night section, which I never fish night. I'm a morning guy, but you guys all got me psyched out. I watched all these big bags come out. The guys all psyched me out. For some reason, the judge made this horrible time frame of 5 till midnight, so it made me fish that to try to compete at night. I don't know what we're doing out there, but it's a tough go. We'll talk about that later. 71 inches, I'll take it. That keeps me in a playoff position. I'm happy. So 71 inches, not a winning bag, but I'll take it. You see that photo right there? That is my son I'm with, and my son is now 20 years old.
That's crazy.
And that's how we started this journey out, was those little red skiffs.
Yeah, the rental boat. Yeah.
We were renting those every single weekend, fishing for spotties and everything in the bay.
Well, that's how hookup baits were developed, those red boats. That's where the testing ground was.
That was probably 18 years ago right there. Fishing for spotties back then with a seeker rod. Look at that. I'm fishing for spotties with a seeker.
That's awesome.
It's been a journey, guys. A fun journey. All right. Coming in 4th place. Let's go, Stephen Gage. Man, Stephen Gage coming out of nowhere, 72.75. Let's go, Stephen. Also sold his kayak with a gas motor on the back, and now is in a normal kayak. Stephen Gage having a good year this year, Chad. We got to keep our eye out on him. I think he's one of those guys that's going to make it to playoffs, and one of us is going to face him, and he's going to hit us hard. I have a feeling about this guy.
It can happen with anyone.
3rd place, Masters Division. Here we go. Bruce Adobo Lopez. Let's go, Bruce. Congratulations. 73 consistent. 73-inch bag last session, 73-inch. So Bruce staying very consistent. Took me a while to find a picture of Bruce, but there's Bruce.
Yeah. And Bruce is always solid too. He's always up there.
He was almost Angler of the Year last year, and unfortunately didn't get a fish playoffs. He had a heck of a year and didn't get a fish playoffs because his daughter was graduating college. Whatever. So he couldn't make it to playoffs. But Bruce, I'm cheering for him, man. This guy, he deserves a championship, man. He's put in some time. He's got him and the Yakuzas have put on their time. And Bruce, honestly, I'm cheering for you. This is your year, Bruce. Let's go. All right, coming in 2nd place with a 17.25-inch fish, we've got Charlie with a 74.5-inch bag. Charlie, congratulations. Wow. What a bag. What a fish. 17.25. That's a huge bag, Charlie. Very congratulations. Nice. That bag has won, I think, him 4 side pots plus the Fastlane one. All right, there's only one guy left. Look at that grin over there. Masters Division, Mission Bay in the winter, coming in with a huge bag. Drum roll here. I'm going to say this is probably if not the biggest or one of the biggest bags ever caught in Mission Bay. Congratulations to this guy. He fishes all the time. He fishes this bay he doesn't fish this bay all the time, I should say, but he fishes all the time. He deserves that. And that is my guest right here, Chad at Hookup Baits. Let's go. 78.75. Congratulations, Chad. Round of applause.
I got a whole crowd too.
Wow, Chad. I did not plan this either. We planned Chad to be on the show a week ago. So before this, so, man, what a great night to have you on. I have the winner of the Mission Bay 78.75. I've fished every round in Mission Bay. I think that is the biggest bag ever
Yeah, that's the
caught.
biggest I've ever heard of. So I was wondering
I've
about
heard
that actually.
my biggest is 78.25. I think you've had a 78 even maybe.
Yeah.
There's been a couple 78s out there, but never a 78.75. I'm almost positive nobody's got 79, so it has to be the biggest bag. So congratulations, Chad.
Heck yeah.
Hey,
That's awesome.
78.5. That's awesome. All right, so we're gonna do Spotty Bowl Biggins, and Chad is gonna hang out, and I'm gonna ask him all the questions. Chad's promised to give you up all the information, all the spots, how he did it, everything he did at the end of this show. So, Chad, we're gonna go over this awesome round, this record-setting Mission Bay round at the end of the show. Thanks so much, Chad. I know we're going on an hour and 40 minutes here, but
that's all right.
It's a lot of show to go to on a results show. Congratulations. That's awesome, dude. We're going to get back to that, guys. But next, guess what we got? We got this coming up. If you didn't know, oh, I got to do this.
This is Spotty Bowl Biggins.
If you caught a fish that is 15 inches or longer, it's automatically put into Spotty Bowl Biggins. And there's quite a few Biggins caught this time. So Spotty Bowl Biggins, let's see what we got going here. First up, we got Alex Norton, 15-incher with a filthy fish from shore. Trying to see that pass. But that looks like a nice fish from shore, man. That's a tough go right there. So nice fish, Alex. Alex winning back-to-back, breaking the Spotty Bear from shore twice in a row. Jared coming all the way. Man, that is the skinniest 15-inch fish I think I've ever seen. What is that, Jared? Do you have some kind of fish stretching device you put that thing on? That thing is lean.
On the Hookup Baits A-rig. He said
Hookup
that's actually
Baits A-rig. So
that's the Cool Baits A-rig with the Hookup Baits on it.
All right, teaming up. Cool Baits A-rig. Yeah, they come loaded with 5 willow blades on there. Yeah, Jared, you're in chat. Did you catch that on the fall or did you catch that on the retrieve? I'm interested in that because my A-rig fish were coming on the fall. I think those fish were hunkered down on a little spot and they weren't swimming out to grab stuff. But if it fell in their face and you got lucky, I think they came around and snagged her up. Looks like Jared's fishing in the rain too. That's a go-getter right there. I specifically didn't fish. Was it Friday it rained?
Yeah, they fished Friday morning.
Friday morning. Yeah, I fished my shore division Friday afternoon, which is a huge mistake. But it was tough, man. It was like a nonstop. San Diegans were wimpy, man. If there's just any water in there, we're like, what is going on? What is this? We're all wimpy, you know. I don't even like walking from my car into the store in the rain. I feel like something weird is going on. Jared, 15-inch fish. Luke, nighttime angler here, pulling in a 15-inch. Got the UV glove on. Got a Gamakatsu product in. If you see that, that's a Gamakatsu product in the picture. So didn't quite, it wasn't quite long enough to win it, but he's trying to. Man, that kayak looks really clean and organized. Does yours look that good?
No.
That is. Luke, I'm going to give you an award for cleanest and best organized kayak out there. No hints. I don't see any hints on what he caught it with. Luke, what'd you catch that on? Stephen G, 15.25, pulling out the green bump board. Looks good. Good looking picture right there. Looks like another nighttime fish. Thanks, Judge. Thanks for putting out a 5 to midnight shift. Appreciate that. Appreciate it. For guys that don't like to fish at night, we're gonna have to. Are you thinking about fishing Huntington at night? Or are you gonna fish that during the morning?
I got the SoCal Anglers OTI tournament the next morning, so I'm back-to-back tournaments next weekend. So I'm doing the morning on Friday, so I can get back and get ready for the freshwater bass tournament the next day.
Oh man, bring your rain gear. It's looking like a monsoon up there. So hey, it could be good, like we talked about, though. I don't know. Let's see.
It's not this weekend. It's not this Saturday. It's next Saturday, right?
No, it's this weekend, Chad. You better
what?
check. Yeah, I
so
think
we have so many people that are confused. Okay.
Let me check. Judge, is it this weekend?
Half the people I talk to say this weekend, half the people say next weekend.
All right. Well, we've got everybody in Spotty Bowl in chat right now. Judge, is Huntington Beach this weekend? I'm almost it better be this weekend. 'Cause I'm
I
planning.
think it said the 21st on the website.
Oh, that would be greght. That would be fantastic. I need another week.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
next weekend, not this weekend. Oh my gosh. Thank you. I don't know if you know, but I bought like a little boat and my trolling motor doesn't come in until Friday. So I'm hoping I don't have to tow this tuna ship up there to LA anymore. I could tow my little tiny boat.
I just saved you from towing it up there for no reason. You were going to
imagine if I
pre-fish
would've got
that
up there?
Friday.
Huntington is next weekend. Why? When you say next weekend, you mean like not this weekend, right? Okay, the 22nd. All right. Oof. Oh, that's good news. That's good news right there. Hey, you know what? That means I might be able to get a pre-fish in, Chad. Might be
Yeah,
able to
there
get
you go.
pre-fish in.
Yeah.
All right. Cash coming in with a 15.5. What color hookup bait is that right there?
Shad white
Squid.
or chub?
Chub.
No,
Shad
it's
white
a
or
chub
chub?
or yeah, shad white or chub.
3/8?
No, quarter.
Quarter?
Yeah.
And that's what you recommended, right? Quarter in the winter.
Quarters all day long, yeah. In a Mission Bay, almost all bays, but quarter or 8s right now.
Chuck coming in, getting one from shore, 15.5. That is, when you catch a 15 from shore, that's such a good feeling. This that right there, Jared, that's like a big 15. See that big old wide tail?
Yeah, he's got a beautiful tail.
The thrill to catch a 15-inch fish, it doesn't happen very often. So when you get something like that from shore, it's just like, oh my gosh, it's almost strange. Derek coming in with 15.75. Looks like he's caught a lot of fish that day. Look at his hand.
Yeah.
And then look at all the mud and muck on the boat. That's when you're having a good day right there. Good job, Derek. 15.75. Corey winning the Gamakatsu side pot at night. Corey looking like it got a good fit. You might have been able to manipulate that. Probably wouldn't have made 16, but that tail's pretty fanned out. It's got that. That's what me and Chad love, is that big wisp.
Mm-hmm.
See that little point, guys? That counts. That counts.
Yep.
You get that, and man, that could add a good old quarter-inch your fish. Christopher, 16.5, biggest on hookup baits, at least that's been posted this season.
Yeah.
So
nice.
He's leading big fish with the 16.5.
Yeah, looks like he has the red mermaid's milk, crustacean mermaid's milk in there too. That might be what's all over that carp. The red mermaid's
that orange?
Milk. Yeah.
Oh, I see the bottle in the top right corner.
You see the bottle, and you look at the bait. You see the tail. The bait has some red in it too.
Oh yeah. Thing I noticed when I fish hookup baits is they're like the perfect like vessel for scent too, because you can just fill that. Is that what you do? Is fill that thing up? Like just fill it up, right?
Especially at night, heavy scent. Pack that thing.
Heavy scent. So you fill it up at night, and does that ever affect like the fall or anything, or is it just filled up now? Nothing.
Nope, it doesn't affect the action at all.
Load her up, guys.
Yep.
And what's your scent of choice?
The last weekend I did crawfish.
Which is what color? Red?
The green one.
The green
it's
one.
Actually our freshwater bass, but the spotties love it. The crawfish scent.
Chris is in here right now and he says, my deck is falling apart. Hey man, it just shows that you're out there fishing it. What is that orange stuff right there? Is that it looks like gasket in a tube, but what is that orange stuff? Were you just trying to repair the carpet down there? Looks like a fishy boat. Okay, Matthew, 16.5 also. Man, look at those nice switches on there. You see those that like electrical switch right there? That is like right there.
That's a pimp kayak right there.
Somebody's got an Apple Watch, man. This guy's on his game right here. 16.5. Nice fish. Shore to shore on the bump board, so he's a fatty. I'm guessing that's probably a 2.2, maybe bigger. Guys need to start taking out a scale. I think that 2.3 can be beat. Just a hard thing is you got to remember to have the scale. You know, you have to, and don't forget to include your code. Like that happens a lot. Ricardo Gomez, 17-incher fat gigantic fish. That probably would have been over 2.3. Forgot the code for the bait's reel. Oh my gosh, Ricardo. Hopefully you can make that up and get another 17 and get that nice baits reel. Dang. He's drinking an energy drink there. Looks like it says Bing. Man, I need to get one of those. Bing, huh?
He's pouring it on.
It says that's insulation. Huh. Insulation. Huh? Brian likes to fish 215s, 15, 15, 2.5. I got this one at the very beginning of my session in like the first 15 minutes. Fished 5 p.m. till midnight, and I was like, oh, it's going to be one of these nights. Awesome. 3 hours later, I caught my second fish when the sun started going down at like 8 o'clock. No, I think I had a 12-inch. I caught a 15 right off the bat. I'm like, all right, this is good. I got something to build on. This is going to be a good night. Let's get this rolling. I got my tunes going. Catch a 12-inch fish right after that. I'm like, all right. 3 hours, Chad, of no bites.
God, I hate
like
that when it happens.
5:15 to like 7:45. It was awful. And then I got that 15 to 2.5 kind of near the end, maybe around 10:30 p.m. I can't remember. One in the dock, one in the grass. Adobo, of course, he's coming in with 215s, 15, 15, 15.25. No secrets. Adobo never lets us know what he's doing. Who knows what he's fishing? Probably a Berkeley gulp. Wouldn't you guess? Maybe hookup bait, Berkeley gulp. Who knows? We never know.
He's always drop shotting when I see him. So
drop shotting. I thought he was a free rigger. I don't know. Adobo, you gotta give up some secrets here. You've been fishing too long, not letting us know. Nice fish, Adobo. Nice bump board. Peter pulling in a 15, 15.5. Is that a gang sign he's throwing, or is he measuring a fish there? What's going on here, Peter? I think I may have got the same fish in here twice. No, is that the same fish? Sometimes I do that. No, it's different fish. Two different. It's got a big scar right here. It just looks very similar.
They do look similar.
Yeah. Peter pulling in 215s. Nice job, Peter. Judge, why did you put the Eagles on? He knows I'm a Kansas City fan, which I don't know if
he probably did that just for you.
I know he did. How are those Raiders doing, Eric? All right, Lee Gill getting second place in both his divisions, one from shore, getting 215s. Congratulations on that, Lee. Hey guys, we got over 50 people in here. We're going to hang out with Chad here in a little bit, talk more about his bay fishing, how he got a 78-inch bag. But can you guys please hit the like button for me and leave some comments? I'm not even to 200 subscribers. Put a lot of work into this channel. I'm trying to get it to grow to 1,000 subscribers. And then I'm going to rent the hot tub pontoon boat. We're going to get the hookup bait guys on there. We're going to everybody on this. 26 people will fit on this boat, Chad. 26 dudes.
I think of that every time I see it out there.
We're going to get 26 dudes on there in a hot tub, and nobody better throw a spotty in the hot tub because we're going to be fishing too. Break some rules in that thing. But please, guys, subscribe, like, a comment. I'd appreciate all that. Charlie, 17.25. Congratulations, Charlie. And a 15.75. 2 biggins, man. If he that's a good bag for only catching 2 biggins. So 74. Charlie, if you could have landed a few more, I'm sure the rest of his are like 14s, but man, a couple more, you could have turned that into a huge bag like Chad. But all right, here we go. Chad's bag. Wow, Chad. 17, 16, 5, 15, 5 biggins and with a 17-inch kicker. No baits code? Are you not going for the bait code?
That's what I was saying. I forgot to throw the card in my kayak. Threw one in my boat, forgot to put one in the kayak.
Man, if your official card guy, Santiago, wasn't warning you about that, just tape it to your bump board or something. Man, that sucks. He forgot his. So Chad pulling in a 17-inch fish. That's awesome, Chad. 16.25 on that, or 16.5, and that
17-inch has a really good story too.
All right, so let's go ahead and exit this. Let's go for the big fish, Charlie. Of course, 17.25. Awesome fish, Charlie. And now is a point, guys, where I got Chad on here. If you guys have questions about his Spotty Bowl session or any questions at all, hopefully Chad will give us another 10 minutes or so here. Yeah. It's great to have him on. Somebody that has so much knowledge to talk about spotted bay bass fishing. Chad,
I'll go. Yeah, I'll go over how I got that bag this weekend. I've been fishing Mission Bay about twice a week for the last month, just trying to figure it out. And in a couple of them is sun up to sundown days, just fishing every piece of Mission Bay, and it's been bad. Like sun up to sundown, I'd catch 3 fish like a month ago. It was horrible, and just started coming around a little bit more, and then a week and a half ago, JoJo went to Arizona to visit her parents, so I had a free night. I'm like, I'm going to see what this nighttime fishing's about. So I got out on the water at 4:30 and fished around, and I didn't even get a bite until dark. First fish I caught was actually a nice sized barracuda. And then again, I went like you, I did 3 hours before my next bite. And then I'd got into an area where I started picking at them pretty good. And I'm like, okay, they're here. I'm catching some here. And then I moved into Cavera Basin, and I got a limit of legals in Cavera. I'm like, okay, well, that's obviously what I'm doing.
Really?
I'm fishing Cavera at nighttime, and that's what I'm going to do. And I had that other spot where I, caught some fish also as my plan B backup spot if the docks weren't biting. So come tournament day, I'm paddling out. I got on the water about an hour early, and I'm paddling out, and I'm talking to Tom. He had SBS the next day, so we're going over his game plan for SBS and stuff as I'm paddling out. And I'll make a cast here and there, and every once in a while, just kind of wasting time waiting for my sessions to start and talking to Tom. And then I'm like, I'm gonna stroll through my plan B spot just to see if they're biting. And I stroll into there and make a cast, and I hook a good one that sticks me in the grass. I'm like, wow, that was a big fish. Make another cast, I catch one. I'm like, okay, well, they're obviously biting here, so I'm just gonna spot lock it. Then I sat there and talked to Tom for a half hour. And I'm like, okay, 5 o'clock go time. And I started fishing, and they were biting really good on my plan B spot, actually. And I had a limit of, I was catching 12 and 13s almost every cast. And I had a limit of 13s by a half hour, within a half hour. So by 5:30, I had a limit of 13 inches. And then there's like about 100-yard stretch of where all these fish were congregated. So I got to the end of it. So I fished my way back through it. And then as I got to the end of the area, I hooked one, felt like a definite legal, got it to the boat and lost it. 2 casts later, I hooked another definite legal. He got me in the grass, lost it. Another cast later, hooked another definite legal and lost it. I'm just, obviously cussing and all pissed off.
When you say losing it, are they're just throwing the hook? You're not obviously not breaking off. You're just throwing the hook.
They're getting, a lot of times they'll go into the grass. Those big ones will get you in the grass, and that grass delodges that bait out of their mouth. So then I started pulling on them real hard so they don't get in the grass. And I'm just ripping their lip, and they're coming off. Usually when they get straight up and down. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And they're just, those big fish, they just pull too hard and their lip gives out, kind of thing. So it just happened. I lost 3 in a row, so I was all pissed off, and it was dark. It just got dark at that time, so I was like, all right, go back to game plan where I was going to start. Went into the Cavera Basin, went up and down my first 3 rows I usually start on, and didn't even get a bite. Not a single bite. So I'm sitting there after the 3rd row going, well, I just lost 3 legals over there. I need to get my butt back. I need to get my butt back over there. This is obviously not happening in here. And so I went back out there and fished my way into the area until I caught one. And then I spot locked there. And then I just fan casted. I spot locked and just fan casted all the way. And it's kind of cool at nighttime. Like when you fan cast during the day, you don't have no references really, right?
Right.
At nighttime, you have the lights on shore. You have a green light there, and then you have a bright white light there. Then there's no light there, and then there's a red light there. And so I was able to use the lights on shore to make sure I was hitting every 5 feet. Making a cast. I went all the way this way, and then I would change lures. I'm throwing through one color. It's the new color that's coming out at PCS. It's the only color I threw all night. But I would do a quarter ounce. Then I'd do a 3/8 back. I'd usually do an 1/8 ounce, but they were biting so good, and I was catching a lot of 12 to 13, so I upsized it and I went to the 3/8 ounce. So then I had 3/8 ounce all the way back that way, and I was catching fish pretty often. Every cast or every 3rd cast, I rarely went more than 5 casts without catching one. And a lot of them, and they started out as the typical 12 and 13s. Then I caught a legal, then I caught another legal, and they just started getting bigger and bigger. And then once I made the fan cast this way, then fan casted all the way back this way, I moved the kayak up 15 yards, spot lock again, and do the same thing. Then move up 15 yards, same thing. And that's so I just worked that area very thoroughly. And catching fish, like I said, re-scenting often after every fish, just packing that bait full of scent, and it's all along the bottom. Just 3. Usually I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That follow the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I was kind of doing just like 1, 2, hit the bottom. 1, 2, hit the bottom. So it's keeping it right on the bottom was getting hit.
And when
the
you're
best.
hitting the bottom again, are you opening your bail, or are you just casting
No,
it, letting it hit the bottom
just-
and a tap,
just-
and then just let it free fall?
just tap, and then point your rod back at it. Tap, point your rod back at it. And then, plus pitch black at night. Didn't have my headlight on, just fishing in the dark. So it was all pretty much fishing by feel the whole time. And
Yeah.
and I lost a lot of big ones. So I was still, that's how it started, where I lost those 3 big ones. Well, when I was catching them, I was still losing some really big ones. I think I could have got over 80 inches if I landed the fish I hooked. I lost
Could
a couple
you slow
big
down
ones
a little?
at the boat.
Leave
I
some big ones
lost
for
a
the
couple
rest
good
of us,
ones.
would you?
So I
Leave
went
some
all the
out
way
there
back
for the
and
rest of us.
so I fished that one little 100-yard stretch. I fished for 3 hours and caught fish pretty much straight the whole 3 hours. I fished it.
Wow.
And then it slowed down. I wore the spot out, and by the time I wore the spot out, I had 14 legal fish. So,
Holy smokes. Come
yeah.
on, man. 14 legals in 3 hours.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
And my
That's a
smallest
crazy day.
my smallest one I had turned in at the time was a 14.75, and then I had the 15s and the 16. So on that night I went pre-fishing down in Cavera, there's a special slip that I fished where I caught a 17-incher on, I think, one of those anglers tournaments we used to do, like 4 or 5 years ago. I caught a 17-incher out of this empty slip. It's always empty, and there's no pilings around it or nothing. It's just one empty slip. And when I pre-fished that night, that same slip, I hooked a really big fish. It was cast all the way to the back of the slip, hooked it on the drop, fought him all the way out until he's straight up and down, and then he came off. And I was like, man, that fish felt really heavy. And 2 casts later, I caught a 14.5. So I was like, well, that fish I just had felt a lot bigger than that 14.5.
right.
So I kind of like, what's that?
Right. No, yeah.
Yeah.
Keep telling the
And
story.
so-
We're all interested in this 17
Yeah.
fish.
And so I knew that fish was in that dock. And so I knew I had a good bag right there. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go catch that fish, make it that's going to be my, what do you call it?
Kicker fish.
Kicker fish. I know where my kicker fish is at. I'm going to go get him. So I just left, went straight to that row where that dock is, going down that row, got to that empty dock, and I'm like, all right, here it is. Cast him to the back. Nothing. I thought I wasn't getting it. I got all the way to the end of the arms of the dock, like the last lift of the bait, lifted, and all of a sudden, thunk, set the hook, and immediately I was like, oh, there he is. I just felt the weight immediately. And he fought really hard, again, fishing without a light on. So I got it, netted it, and as I put it in the boat, I'm like, wow, that fish felt heavy. And then I turned my light on. Then I'm like, whoa, there it is. Yeah, and that was that 17-incher.
Celebration time.
Yeah.
I think those big ones may hunker around the same hole, because the same thing happened to me. I was fishing with Salty Dangler, and I was like, hey, there's a 16 I know that lives in this little spot. And we went in there. Sure enough, second cast in there, boom, there's that fish. I think they may, have their little home, man.
Yeah,
they may have like a really nice little hole or structure down there. And, not saying you can catch that fish like 3 times, but
I think there's it's almost kind of a lot of the spotties, as we both know, move around the bay, right? In loose packs, loose schools. But then I think there's certain fish that just live in a spot like most of their whole lives. Yeah, so it's kind of cool that I hunted that fish out. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go catch that fish, and actually caught it. It's actually pretty cool. So once I caught that, I was like, I'm done. It was pretty cool.
When I talk to tournament guys like you, I notice a lot of them find the pattern. So that's what you did. You found the pattern. You found that most of your fish were in wherever the grass or wherever you're fishing. You found the pattern. You took advantage of that pattern. And once you've got that healthy bag, then it's time to go fishing for that kicker fish. That's how you win it. You get a full bag, and don't be content. If you're in a spot where you're catching 13s and 14s, awesome. But once you've loaded as many 14s as you can, you've got to go to win these things. You've got to go, at least in Masters Division, go search for those big ones. That's pretty common with almost all these tournament guys. Kicker fish, yeah, that's just all right. I'm gonna put some questions in chat here.
Yeah, go ahead.
that we've already Tom's asking, he's probably looking right at you, but he says 17-inch fish. You already described that. We said where did you fish in Mission Bay? So I think you gave these guys a pretty good hint on Quivarium Basin, and if you want to give out any other information.
Nope.
I usually don't tell exact spots. Me neither. I don't do that. But you know what?
I can tell you this, it's a spot where I've seen many people fish the spot before, and I always catch fish there, but I never caught fish there like this time. They just happen to be loaded up in there for some reason.
For me, tournament fishing, it's you can get a pretty good idea with seasons, but you almost never know. That's why you've got to have like a bunch of good spots, and you just got to go search them, find a pattern. If you find a 15, there's a good chance there's going to be another one in that general area. If it's either the docks or the grass or deep water, wherever you're fishing, generally, if you find one big one, there's probably going to be a few more down there. So clean her up. If you go into a spot where you're catching nothing but 10s and 12s, get out of there. I mean, get your full bag, get your first 5. That's fine, but get out of there and go try to find the big ones. Okay, we got a question from Sammy here. It says, what color hub is good for chocolate milk water?
I do anything with a white body. And that's anytime the water's dark, I go white with the hookup bait. And it's kind of opposite to what most people say, dark water, dark baits. And I think that's for baits that are fished above fish, because they look up at it and see the profile of the bait. The hookup baits are fished in the fish's face. So in a dark room, what's the easiest color for us to see? White, right? So if it's in the fish's in front of his face, white, he's going to see it the best. So I do white in dark water or dark light. I always go white.
White. All right. Got another question here. It says, hey, Chad, love the hubs, man. Question. Saw you at Marina Del Rey. Super rad video. Any tips on the ARs or stone or pipe without a fish finder? I'm on a Scout with a motor and no fish finder yet.
Ooh, Navionics. You have to get the paid Navionics, though. Actually, you don't even need a fish finder if you pay for Navionics. And pay for Navionics and set your Navionics on relief shading. Relief shading on your Navionics, and that will tell you exactly where those structure piles are, and it's exactly accurate. You're basically only using your fish finder to tell you that you're actually on the pile, and then Navionics will get you on the pile, and then your fish finder will confirm that you're on the pile, basically. So actually, when I fish San Diego Bay, my Navionics is more important than my fish finder.
I agree. Anytime I'm fishing deep water, where it's not something I could see above the water, I don't have Navitronics, but I have C-Map, which is like the same kind of thing.
Yeah, same thing. Yeah.
But once you guys have got, you could take out your tablet, you could put it on your phone, whatever, but it shows, like Chad said, the actual structure, and it's super accurate. I mean, when you're out there looking for sand bass or whatever, all you're doing is looking for big, hard bottom structures usually, and that's the easiest way to find it.
Yep.
It's actually, like you said, easier than the searching around looking at a fish finder. Let's see if we got any more questions in here for you, Chad. And you guys got any more questions? Put them in chat right now. Here we go. Hold on a second. Last time, Richard Gomez, hub session winner. I'm sorry. I've got an announcement to hear. We do have a hub. Richard Gomez has won the hub prize package, which he'll get at the award ceremony. He caught 2 or more of his fish on the hub, so he is a winner. And so are you, Chad.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say you got 2 winners, and we're still gonna award mine, but mine goes back into the raffle at the awards thing.
Perfect. We got one more question here. It says VC59 says, "How is a live scope for the bays?" That's interesting. I did see your video for you're out fishing with Tom.
I've been using the live scope on everything lately. I've been loving it. For spotties, it's probably the least effective on spotties. They don't suspend, you don't see them, but it tells me more of how they react to the bait. Like a lot of times, like where you feel like you got hit halfway down, well, those fish weren't suspended, because I'm pitching pilings and I'm watching my hookup bait float down that piling, and you see the fish come up and go back down. All the bites,
that'd be frustrating.
All the bites. Or when I'm fishing above grass, I can sit there and watch my bait and keep it just right above the tops of the grass, and you just see a fish come up and go down. And it kind of told me that spotties don't follow a bait. They don't sit there and look at a bait like a freshwater bass or a trout. Trout sit there and follow it and look at it and nip at it. freshwater bass, I've been using a lot for freshwater bass. The freshwater bass would come up and put their nose like on it and just sit there and just sit there and put their nose on it and not eat it and then swim away and come back. Spotties, every spotty bite I've seen so far since I've been using it is just it's a split second. I think they come up and it's just a fraction of a second. They decide to open their mouth or not, and they go back down. So your bait's coming up, they just go, whoop, whoop. That's all it is. I've never seen one yet come up to your bait and look at it or do anything. It's just so
that must be the reason why a spotty bite is like so violent. You know, fish people that have never fished for spotties before, and they even hook into like a 12-inch one. They're like, oh my gosh, this got to be huge. And they pull it up and like, wait a minute, that fish is only 12 inches long. They've got, they're
because usually by the time you feel it, they're heading back down already by the time you feel it. So it's pretty cool. But it's not useful. It's not worth the money if you're a spotty fisherman to buy a live scope. I can tell you
that. Will you ever make a weedless hub?
I already have many of them.
Describe it for us.
I made a really awesome weedless hub, and it works really well. The problem is, to me, it's not more effective than a regular hookup bait if you learn to fish a hookup bait just above or near the structure. But then the main problem is we don't have the manpower and time to make them. That's the problem. We can barely keep up with demand of just what we make now. So, but we're in the process of retooling the whole shop and everything else to really take care of that demand. And when we get that done, then we'll be able to start making the weedless and a bunch of other things I have already designed that, pretty much anything you can ever possibly think of how to use and how to rig a hookup bait, I've done it. I've done it many times in many different ways. So
have you ever used a stinger hook on one? Like
Yep.
Is that something you do in a tournament, or is that just something you don't think is necessary? A stinger hook, guys, a stinger hook is a hook that attaches onto the main hook, and it's basically back the rear end of the bait.
Never off the back. I've done stinger hooks off the backs, and they foul up more often than hooking that fish. And especially with hookup baits, that you get multiple bites a lot of times. And with that stinger hook off the back, when a fish comes up and bites it, that stinger hook fouls up and it affects you getting that rebites. So it didn't help anything by having a stinger hook on it, really. So, and when they eat a hookup bait, they eat it. You don't need a stinger hook, really.
Frank Santiago, come on, Frank, you know the answer to this. What is a pound test that you're fishing out there, Chad?
Actually, I fished heavy this weekend. I fished.
Really?
Yeah, I fished 14-pound test. Well, I went out there with a 6, an 8, and then a 10 and a 14. And once it got dark and they were biting, I just went straight to the big rod. And I'm like,
14.
Yeah, they're biting. I don't need to use the light stuff. And so the whole night I basically used the 14-pound. Is what my leader was.
For Alamitos, I do that because I know Alamitos, so usually the fish are all big. So I'll go to 12. 12 is about as big as I get, but I ditch the 6 and the 8 for Alamitos, same reason, because I know it's gonna be on. So
yeah.
We got a couple more questions, guys. We got a few more minutes. I'm gonna let Chad go here. We're already at over 2 hours. So any tips for fishing hubs on the break wall or surface?
They do both very, very well. I mean, for a surface, like you're talking about calicos up high or yellowtail kind of stuff, that's usually just a long cast. Let it sink, halfway down, and it's just a medium fast reel and with rod pumps. Or if you're on a conventional reel, you're going to wind fast 5 cranks and pause, 5 cranks, pause, 5 cranks, pause. Is how you do the surface stuff. And then on the wall, a lot of people fish them on the wall, and it's the same thing. Heavy scent it. Now, if you're fishing the wall at night, heavy scent, and just stair step it down the wall. I mean, most of your bites are going to come all the way at the bottom of the wall, down deep, where the sand and rock meets.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna go for 2 more questions. We're all gonna. Is one cool tuna still in chat? If you are, man, I'm gonna send you a prize because it's 3 hours later back there. I think. Judge says. What does it take for Frank to get fired? That would be the dumbest move in the history of hookup baits, in my personal opinion.
No, can't
I don't-
fire Frank.
No. All right. Last question here is Santiago Ellis says, what color are you using in Mission Bay? It's a good question to end it on there. Mission Bay. Current conditions, I'm assuming he's talking about.
Right now, I mean, during the daytime, right now, I mean, my go-to this time of year would be brown and silver or green pumpkin.
Okay.
Sardine green. Those are pretty much my go-tos. But right now it'd be the new color. That's what I'm using.
If you guys want to get that new color, which obviously works very well, 78.75, biggest bag ever caught in Spotty Bowl, and that's really all that matters. We don't really
And
care.
I used 3 baits the whole night. I only used 3 lures, like 3 total.
They lasted
lures.
the whole night.
Yeah, 3 lures. I caught about 40 fish that night.
Wow,
40 fish, 3 lures.
Man, he is flexing on us hard, guys. I'm just saying. You came in on. You're lucky you didn't come in on last week when you got the 46.70 bag. You wouldn't have that.
Horrible.
You couldn't have timed this any better. How did this happen?
I know, it's crazy.
The biggest bag of Mission Bay, and you get to be on here. We appreciate all your knowledge, Chad. I'm kind of bummed you're not going to be the PCS show, but Frank's just as good, right? So we'll go up there and talk to Frank. Check out anything you want to say about the PCS show or any upcoming events you got going.
What do we got? No, I think that's it. Just cheer me on with the USA kayak thing. I'm super stoked on that. That's gonna be huge. And plus, after the tournament, we're fishing for two weeks, going to Mag Bay and a bunch of other Mexico places to fish. So it's gonna be a 2.5 week trip. So we're gonna be all over Mexico, and I'm gonna make a big YouTube production out of that and everything. So share it with you guys. So stay tuned for that. And then the new colors, new sizes, and a bunch of new stuff at the PCS show. The whole gang will be there, so make sure come see us there. And then I think that's it. Anything else, Tom? Am I missing anything?
Everything from big baits to little baits coming to the PCS show.
There you go. Well, Chad, I appreciate you giving me 2 hours and 15 minutes of your time. It's awesome. Yeah. Congratulations.
We need another 2 hours. Let's do it again.
Congratulations. Yeah. We're definitely going to have Chad back sometime this Spotty Bowl season. So probably, I'm going to bring you back right before the tournament, the U.S. kayak tournament, so that we can talk about that and see if we get some Spotty Bowlers into that. Maybe one of us could represent a world championship. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations on a good start. Second place and first place. You got it going on, man. So
San Diego's looking good for me. And I already know for the USA tournament, I'm missing the Alamitos tournament in Orange County. So it's with already doing bad in Newport, and then I'm gonna miss Alamitos. The LA series ain't looking good for me this year. So I gotta make it happen down here in San Diego.
You never know. You just make the playoffs and you never know what can happen. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Chad.
Exactly.
Thank you, Tom, back there in the background, for helping out with the technical problems here. Sorry, guys, we had a little bit of technical problems at the beginning of the show. Thank goodness they worked out.
It seemed like it got better towards the end of the show. It went away. So
the show might
yeah, I had to do it in my boat. So I fixed it.
Yeah, you got to do it from a boat. Anyway, Chad, thank you so much. Thanks for all your time. Look forward to fishing against you on the water again this year. I'm sure I'll see you all around the water. And Tom, thanks a lot. And guys, please hit that like and subscribe button. And guess what? It's not Spotty Bowl weekend. I was going to chug a drink, but because I thought it was Spotty Bowl weekend. But this weekend, I'll be out snagging grass and catching bass. And I will see you guys out on the water. Hold on, I'm stalling. Good night, guys. Thanks for hanging out so long. Thank you. I will see you guys next week. Good night, everybody.